From the Auburn Sports Network and Playfly Sports, Auburn baseball is on the air. 25 NCAA tournaments, 8 regional titles, and 6 trips to the College World Series. Exclusive game day coverage begins with the leadoff show. Now, let's go out to the ballpark.
After dropping the series opener last night, Auburn looks to shake the tree today in hopes that hits fall like the oranges growing adjacent to Condren Ballpark. Hello, everyone. War Eagle, welcome to another afternoon and evening of Auburn Tiger Baseball. I'm Brad Law in Gainesville. Quinn Brackeen is in our Skyview studios. Auburn's bats were silenced for 5 of Aiden King's 6 innings last night, and that was enough for the Gators to run out to a lead and ultimately hold on to that series opener. Tonight, the Tigers look to get back on track and even the series behind left-hander Jake Marciano. The sophomore is 3-2 with a 1.88 earned run average. Florida counters with junior right-hander Liam Peterson. He's 1-2 with an ERA of 3.60. The Butch Thompson pregame report follows these messages. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Children's of Alabama reminds you that every child's head injury should be treated like a serious injury until a doctor says it's not. The CDC estimates some 4 million sports and recreation-related concussions occur each year. Even a minor fall or collision may be a concern. Symptoms typically include headaches, unsteadiness, confusion, or sleepiness. To find out what to do in case of a suspected concussion, visit childrensal.org/concussion and always dial 911 in case of an emergency.
Here's a clip from a recent Talking Tigers podcast with Andy Burcham.
Hall of Fame quarterback Jason Campbell.
It's something to be said about seeing things through. And we live in a time and an age where it's almost as you get blinded by the money or the dangle that some other school dangles out in front of you that makes it sound so perfect. And there's no perfect place. You know, if I got to expect Auburn to be perfect for me to be here, I'm probably not going to be here because Auburn can't be perfect. I can't be perfect. You can't be perfect. We can learn a lot in this day and age from the past of teaching these young men and women to see things through. It helped me in my National Football League career. I went through 6 coordinators out of 10 years in National Football League. And I could adapt each time where others couldn't.
New episodes of the Talking Tigers podcast are released Mondays, wherever you listen to podcasts. Subscribe to the Talking Tigers podcast exclusively from the Auburn Sports Network.
Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. We've got the highest payouts and the most epic rewards. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Game day coverage of Auburn baseball continues now with the Butch Thompson pregame report.
Well, a thought on last night's game, you hit a lot of balls hard that either were just a little bit foul or they found a glove, and they hit a couple of balls that just fell in the right spot. I mean, both teams had some chances with the bat last night.
Yeah, I just think all that's true. I just think we played their game, and that's maybe a little bit on the road where we got to just keep figuring out, like, I know a lot of our schedule here is going to be figuring out how to play on the road, but King absolutely commanded his fastball. What he couldn't do is throw a breaking pitch for a strike, but the command of the fastball was so good, it was like he was tipping his pitches. We know what's coming, and we still wasn't able to do anything with it. So that's number one. That's to their advantage. And then, I just thought Alvarez for the first time reverted back to some older features of throwing, not leveraging counts, of 3-ball counts, and the fastball was sprayed more than commanded. So you have a starting pitcher advantage, and then, Sear gets the big hit there, and, that inning starts with a walk and maybe a ball we feel like we should catch in center, and then one swing is a 3-run, but it's 4-1 ball game, and you want to be the team that scores next. And we were not able to respond to that. Looked like we wouldn't settled as much defensively there, but then we kind of work around there again. Settle with when we get to the bullpen that Cormier gives us an inning and 2/3, and really Abe Chancellor gives us 3 innings there. But if we could have just scratched for another run there in those middle innings, and we could have done things different from a standpoint of like Sanders being able to get into the ball game. But again, it's not the game you really want to coach, but they had the better start with command. And that's something we prided ourselves on big time. And they edged us there. They did get the big swing. We did hang in there, but just couldn't produce enough. I think the hits wound up being by 1. And to our credit, I don't know what benefit comes from this series because we're here to play a series, but wound up getting 3 relievers in the ball game, and the last 2 were their guys to finish a ball game. Their saves leader, and then the lefty to come in there and do damage. So I do think cutting that lead in half and making it 6-3 and getting 2 relievers in the ball game that's supposed to be pitching really tight games, hopefully will show up to our benefit here as early as today.
You always want to try to get their starter out as early as you can, but because of what you just mentioned, even puts a finer point on that today. So what do you see from their starter, and what are some keys offensively against him?
Yep. King did this last week against Georgia, turned the page. I wish, my teaching point today to our coaching staff, to our players is maybe on the road where I'm getting close to where patience is the deal, but I think the right word is like a prudent risk. We need to be able to understand maybe being on the road, and we just played that professional game that they wanted us to play last night. And I think where we're at and how we played on the road, that we have to really think about prudent risk. Now, with command last night, you could have moved the barrels a little bit more. We only got 1 leadoff man on, so to the defense of what my pushback was, it's maybe hard to do some of those things, but I think we're going to have to. I got that on my mind so much today that, prudent risk is deliberate, calculated acceptance of potential failure. We might do something, but to achieve some success and expose our team to some risk and some bold decision making. That might be a way. So if you see us do some other uncharacteristic things by trying to play more offense, it's trying to take prudent risk on the road to try to get a different outcome, even if we stumble on something. But we stood in there and just had our at-bats last night, and 2 of the guys that we're really counting on, that wound up being 7 of our 11 strikeouts and just didn't do enough. Maybe to take some pressure off, some prudent risk from the commanders, the guys that are making decisions, and the coaching staff can help us, push it a little bit, push the envelope a little bit to free us up, and we're not feeling like they're just standing there in balance. Too much of last night's game with King's good fastball was played behind the plate, and Florida played out in front of the plate. And again, competitiveness, especially when we get to the bullpen, but we got to balance those scales, and I think, I think that involves us taking a few more risk. Now, we're seeing a different pitcher today. A few more breaking balls. It may have to sit there a little bit more. Spraying of the fastball a little bit more. So I think we'll have a lot of the same pieces in our lineup today, but we'll have to maybe move that lineup around. They used their number 1 left-handed reliever last night. They're much more right-handed. So do we stack some lefties? Do we do something different in the leadoff? Felt like especially Chris Rembert was going so good the last 2 games, and with Bristol being out, we put him there, maybe dropping him back down. We're just trying to find our guys and have no fear of trying to take some risk in today's game.
Look forward to going out there and watching them. Coach, go get them. War Eagle.
War Eagle.
Children's of Alabama reminds you that every child's head injury should be treated like a serious injury until a doctor says it's not. The CDC estimates some 4 million sports and recreation-related concussions occur each year. Even a minor fall or collision may be a concern. Symptoms typically include headaches, unsteadiness, confusion, or sleepiness. To find out what to do in case of a suspected concussion, visit childrensal.org/concussion and always dial 911 in case of an emergency.
Alabama Power is here for you when big storms hit, but we're also here for the little things. We're there to get the coffee started, to make sure everyone's ready for school, for midday dance breaks, and evening entertainment. We're also there to help you save on all that energy with easy-to-use tips, tools, and efficiency programs. So enjoy these moments.
Kid, movie night.
And we'll do the rest. Visit alabamapower.com and follow us on social to learn more.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
He's got the speed. He's got room. He's going to score.
No one gets you closer to the game than Sirius XM College Sports Radio.
For the win. Let's go.
Tune in for news, talk, and analysis from the offseason through regular season and into the postseason. We've got your team covered anywhere you go.
Deep to center field. Oh, it's gone.
Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 2025. The starting lineups are presented by Yellowwood brand pressure treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
We will start with the Florida Gators after last night's win. They're 28-11 overall. The home team 10-6 in conference play. Kevin O'Sullivan, the longtime manager of the Gators, and a similar lineup to last night. Kyle Jones, the center fielder, leads it off. He's followed by the shortstop, Brendan Lawson. Batting third and playing first base, it's Ethan Surowick. Carson Bowen again catches and bats cleanup. Batting fifth in left field, the hero of last night's game for them, Blake Sear. Cade Curlin plays second base and bats sixth. Batting seventh, the DH, Cole Stanford. Hitting eighth in right field, it's Hayden Yost. And Colt Myers draws the start at third base. He'll bat ninth. Myers came into the game last night about midway through. He'll start in tonight's ballgame. So for Florida, Jones, Lawson, Surowick, Bowen, Sear, Curlin, Stanford, Yost, and Myers. Now for the Auburn Tigers, 25-12 the overall record. Butch Thompson's club 8-8 in league play. And it's a little different lineup tonight for the Tigers. The left fielder, Mason McCraine, is the leadoff hitter. Eric Guevara, the third baseman, moves up into the two-hole. Chase Fralick catches and hits third. Chris Rembert slides into the cleanup spot tonight. Rembert, the second baseman, batting fourth. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Logan Gregorio. Ethan Bingaman starts in right field, and he bats sixth. Hitting seventh, the first baseman, Eddie Madrigal. Bub Terrell starts again in center field. He bats eighth tonight, and batting ninth, the shortstop, Brandon McCraine. Again, for the Tigers, it's McCraine, Guevara, Fralick, Rembert, Gregorio, Bingaman, Madrigal, Terrell, and McCraine. Just about set for first pitch on a hot, sunny afternoon in Gainesville. First pitch is straight ahead as the Tigers try to even the series. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Here's a clip from a recent Talking Tigers podcast with Andy Burcham.
Dr. Michael Zabala.
Well, it's kind of funny because he called me and said, I have an injured player. Can you make him something to get him back on the field? And if I'm entirely honest, I didn't know exactly how we were going to do it. But I said, yes, we absolutely can. I didn't even know who the player was, but I did feel pretty confident we could make something for him. So Robbie and Kirk Nelson show up with who ultimately was Anthony Schwartz. So we brought him in. Jake Larson, who's now our head of engineering at EXA, was a PhD student in my lab at the time. And he quite brilliantly figured out how to go from the scan of Anthony's hand to a 3D printed device that he was able to wear in his hand. And he started wearing it in practices, and then he wore it in games. And next thing we knew, he was scoring touchdowns while he was wearing it.
New episodes of the Talking Tigers podcast are released Mondays, wherever you listen to podcasts. Subscribe to the Talking Tigers podcast exclusively from the Auburn Sports Network.
Strike out ants, termites, and other pests with a call to Cook's Pest Control. Cook's proven pest control methods and superior termite control system keep your home safe and are backed by a 110% satisfaction guarantee. As the weather gets warmer, your spring cleaning isn't done until you call the official pest control partner of the Auburn Tigers, Cook's Pest Control.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
In the SEC, it just means more. But what is it exactly? It's the fans, the students, the traditions, the legends. It's passion to celebrate deeper, reach farther, think smarter, make an impact off the field. It's that intangible thing that happens when 16 schools raise the bar as one. Because in the SEC, it just means more.
Okay, welcome back to Gainesville and Condren Family Ballpark in McKeithen Field, where Florida is on the field now, and Liam Peterson is going through his warm-up tosses. Peterson, 6'5", 225, a junior right-hander from Palm Harbor, Florida, played at Calvary Christian there. Peterson just 1-2 in 9 starts, but his earned run average good, a 3.60 ERA, 45 innings pitched, 36 hits, 19 runs, 18 of them earned. He has walked 25 and struck out 66. He has not hit a batter. He has thrown 1 wild pitch this year, and teams are only batting .220 against Liam Peterson. Defensively behind him, he's got Blake Sear in left, Kyle Jones in center, Hayden Yost in right. Along the infield, Colt Myers gets the start at third. He finished the game there last night. Brendan Lawson is at short, Kate Kurland at second. Ethan Sirowick is at first. Carson Bowen is the catcher for the second straight game in the series. And Peterson will face McCraine, Guevara, and Fraley. Your first pitch weather forecast is presented by Jackson Services. When your comfort quits, Jackson Services shows up. Heating, air, and plumbing done right the first time. Family owned since 1973. Call Jackson Services today and feel the difference. Jackson Services, delivering comfort, creating trust. It is 90 degrees and sunny, and it feels every bit of those 90 degrees. Winds out of the west-southwest 5 to 10 miles an hour, blowing across left to right. They'll blow in at times here this afternoon. And everybody on the right side of the diamond may just have to deal with the tough sun field for the next couple of hours as this game gets ready to start. A 5:32 Eastern scheduled first pitch. And so first, second, right field, center field maybe even will have to deal with some sun. TV not quite ready to go. Now they give us the okay. And we can play. And Mason McCraine hits in the leadoff spot for the first time this season. The true freshman takes a first pitch strike. 0-1 to count to Mason McCraine. 5:32 Eastern, 4:32 Central, our time at first pitch. Home plate umpire is Clint Lawson. And the 0-1 pitch to McCraine is on the inside corner. 0-2. Peterson's fastball is up more than it's down. He's got a high release. Big, tall right-hander deals the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball missed low to McCraine. Mason is hitting .292 on the year. Got a hit, drove in a run in last night's game. He was on twice. Peterson, better than a strikeout an inning, and it's been that way through his career. The 1-2. Swing and a pop-up. Foul ground, left side. Lots of foul territory here at this ballpark. The catcher can't get it. Bowen went all the way over to the top step and the facing of the Auburn dugout. He had room to make the catch, but it was almost skimming the net, and tried to make an underhand catch up against his chest protector. He couldn't do it. He was right there in enemy territory. So it stays a ball and 2 strikes. Peterson, 8-4 last year, 3-6 his true freshman campaign. Here's the delivery. Low with a breaking ball again. So the 2 fastballs have been strikes, and the 2 breaking balls have been balls. 41st career start for Peterson here this afternoon. 2-2 pitch to Mason McCraine. Bouncing ball, 3-hopper to second base. Kurland down to a knee to get it. He throws on to get the Auburn leadoff hitter. So McCraine puts up a fight, but he's down on the ground out. And Eric Guevara comes to the plate. Guevara batting .374 for the year. Got a hit in the first inning last night. Last time out, Peterson at Georgia. 7 innings, 1 run on 8 hits. Pitch to Guevara, sliced off to the right, foul. 0-1. Strike 1, awfully important. Aiden King did that last night regularly, especially after the first. Auburn got to him for a run on 3 hits in the first. Pitch to Guevara. Breaking ball drops in there for a strike. Big curveball. And it's 0-2. He started 0-2 to McCraine and now starts Guevara. No balls and 2 strikes. Pitch. Down and away. He worked quickly there, 1-2. Last week against Georgia, a run on 8 hits in 7 innings. No walks, 4 strikeouts. Gators lost that game. Georgia evened the series. The 1-2. Guevara checked swing. Pitch was outside. He held off. It was way outside. Guevara stopped his swing. Michael Snover at first. Confirmed. Lawson behind the plate. Snover at first. Jeremy Dupree is at second. Christopher Griffin at third. From the stretch, the 2-2 pitch. Guevara swings and grounds it right back up the middle for a base hit. So Guevara stayed in there and took a 97-mile-an-hour fastball right back where it came from. Peterson has a good fastball. He's going to be regularly in the mid to upper 90s. But it doesn't move quite as much. He doesn't locate it as consistently as King did last night. King, a predominantly fastball pitcher. Here's Chase Fralick. He takes a big hack at a first pitch fastball high, comes up empty. 0-1, another first pitch strike. Guevara gets his lead at first. Big hole on the right side. They turn, they throw to first. Guevara back. 1 stolen base, 1 try. Auburn wearing orange jerseys, gray pants, white numerals and letters. Navy blue batting helmets. Here's the pitch. Fralick takes it for a strike at the knees, 0-2. He has started all 3 batters 0-2. And now we'll see how he attacks Fralick. He went with the breaking ball, 0-2 to McCraine. Pitch to Chase. Swing, line drive, off the glove of the second baseman. And he'll chase it down in short right field, but not before Fralick reaches first base. Fralick hit the daylights at it. Curlin tried to play a short hop. And it just ate him up. He wasn't able to make the pick. It rolled away from him 10 feet or so. And Auburn has runners at first and second. 2 hard hit balls. 2 hard hit, 2 strike balls from the Tigers. And now Chris Rembert with runners at first and second and 1 out. First pitch to Rembert. Swing and a miss, 0-1. He was looking fastball on the first pitch. Instead, got a breaking ball away. Rembert 1 for 5 in last night's game. Off the left side of the rubber, Peterson delivers. Breaking ball popped up on the infield. The carry into shallow center. Yeah, shortstop Lawson under it, makes the catch, 2 away. So the runners stay at first and second with 2 outs, and it'll be up to Logan Gregorio. He drove in Auburn's first inning run last night. The ground ball through the left side. He'll try to do the same thing here. Auburn orange jerseys, gray pants. Florida, the home blue jerseys, white pants, orange numerals and letters, white trim. White caps with blue bills. Pitch to Gregorio. Strike 1. 5 batters, 5 first strikes, first pitch strikes from veteran junior right-hander Liam Peterson. He comes set. And his 0-1 offer is upstairs, a ball and a strike. Gregorio, with his first hit single, was 1 for 4 in last night's game. Drove in his 13th run of the season. He's hitting .261, and he's done something. He has hurt himself, perhaps. Anthony Sanderson, Auburn's athletic trainer, over to take a look at Logan Gregorio. Here comes Carl Nonemaker. Here comes Butch Thompson. They are working on his left side. It looks like, and we don't want to speculate, that's where the attention, the focus is. He didn't swing at the pitch. He bent down and then immediately grabbed his left side, kind of the side, the back area. And quickly, Anthony Sanderson was out of there, out of the dugout to come take a look. I say he didn't offer at the pitch. He did sort of flinch or start to check a swing. And they will remove. It looks like Gregorio's going to come out of the ballgame. So Auburn's designated hitter, Logan Gregorio, exits with a 1-1 count against him. He started to, it wasn't even a full check swing, maybe a 20% check swing. He rotated the torso just a bit, ever so slightly, and then pulled up. Grabbed his left side. So who becomes a designated hitter? You got Lucas Steele, who can hit lefty against the righty. He's a switch hitter, so if you get into their bullpen and they bring in a lefty, you could switch around that right-handed. And that's who it'll be. It'll be Lucas Steele. Hope Gregorio is okay. I hope that's an abundance of caution early in this ballgame. These guys get here plenty early. They warm up. They stretch. Lots and lots of stretching. That was just something in the moment as he went to start the check swing. Clint Lawson, the home plate umpire, doesn't allow Carl Nonemaker to give any instruction to Lucas. He's trying to hurry Steele to the plate. A chance to swing the bat and warm up. So here's Lucas Steele. He inherits a 1-1 count. Tough spot, ice cold off the bench. Pitch. Missed upstairs, 2-1. Steele hitting .207 on the year, a couple of homers, 10 driven in. Homered against Alabama State Tuesday night. Here's the pitch. Off speed in there for strike 2. And now 2-2 the count to the new Auburn DH. 2 on, 2 out, first inning. Stretch from Peterson, the pitch. Missed just a little bit outside, and the count is full. Steele with the open stance, hitting lefty against the righty. Pitch number 22 of this first inning from Peterson is on the way. And it's fly to right field. Yost looking up into the blue sky, waits on it, and makes the catch. The inning is over. A towering fly ball at the right fielder who made the catch for out number 3. So a ground out and 2 fly outs. And Auburn does not score in the first. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. We head to the bottom of the first inning. Auburn nothing. Florida comes to bat for the first time when we come back. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Auburn family, it's time to join the coolest club on the plains, Aubie's Kids Club, presented by Chaffee's. Memberships for the upcoming school year are on sale now. Your favorite Tigers Kids Club offers 2 membership options. They give you awesome gear like an Auburn t-shirt, a men's basketball SEC Champions medal sign, and more. Throughout the year, you can check in at Auburn Athletics events to receive points, earn prizes, and you'll also get invited to special events only available through Aubie's Kids Club. Head to auburntigers.com/kids club to sign up today. War Eagle.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong. You are fearless. You are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter. Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Well, Auburn got 22 pitches into Liam Peterson. Got a couple of base hits against him and had some hittable pitches in that first inning. See if they can take advantage of that later in this ball game. Florida comes to bat for the first time with Jones, Lawson, and Surwick against Jake Marciano, left-hander out of Bayville, New Jersey, 6'3", 180, transfer from Virginia Tech. This is his 10th start of the year, 52 2/3 innings, 34 hits, 14 runs, only 11 earned, 7 walks, and 71 strikeouts. Teams are batting .179 against Marciano, a 3-2 record, a 1.88 earned run average. In SEC action, Marciano 1-2 with a 2.35 ERA. Only 8 earned runs in 30 2/3 innings and still a 6-1 strikeout to walk ratio. 6 walks, and he's fanned 36 in league play. Mason McCraine in left, Bub Terrell in center, Ethan Bingaman in right. From third to first, it's Guevara, McCraine, Rembert, and Madrigal, and Freilich behind the plate. And we're ready. Kyle Jones steps in, 1 for 5. Struck out a couple of times last night, drove in a couple of runs on a bloop double. First pitch to it. Called ball 1 low. Florida leadoff man hitting .324 for the year. He's homered 3 times. He's driven in 29. Pitch to the right-handed hitter. Fouled away to the right side, out of play. A ball and a strike. Got some shadows approaching the third base line, but everybody is drenched in the sun. They'll be that way all day tomorrow. Pitch. Off speed, hit in the air right side. Foul territory, long run. Don't think anybody's going to get there. And it lands just a couple of feet up on the berm. Grassy hillsides beyond the blue chairback seats down both the third and first base lines. Not a capacity crowd today. More people than were here last night, but nowhere close to the 7,000 capacity listed for Condren Ballpark. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Fastball, well placed. It was up and away, and Jones couldn't catch it, so Marciano fans the Florida leadoff hitter. Brings Brendan Lawson to the plate. And Auburn immediately shifts around against the powerful left-handed hitter. He was 1 for 3, walked twice, singled once. His first at bat, he hit a rocket out to Rembert in the shift at short right field. It was hit so hard it got through the glove. First pitch. Off the hands, flied into center. Long run, Bub Terrell. He's over toward left center. Makes the catch and quickly tore down. Good pitch from Marciano. Jammed Lawson. And that's what Jake does. Now, he's hit 9 batters this year, but he goes after the inside corner. And that's especially good against lefties. Arm side fastball in. It's that kind of swing a good bit. Now here's Ethan Surwick, the first baseman. 2 for 5 with a run scored in the opener. Right-handed hitter, first pitch. Swing and a miss. Threw him a changeup. Surwick was early. It's 0-1. 7 home runs, second most on the team. 38 RBIs, leads the Gators. The 0-1 pitch. Fouled off the end of the bat, threw him another changeup. And now Marciano ahead, no balls, 2 strikes. Couple of hits and a run scored last night for Surowick. He started at third base, moved over to first for the end. Pitch. Ground ball to third, foul. Just a foot to the left of the line. Guevara was there to grab it, make sure. But Surowick comes back to the plate, batting .320 for the year. Nobody on, 2 outs. Bottom of the first inning, no score, just underway here from Gainesville. Auburn softball also in Gainesville to battle the Gators. That game will get underway in about 12 minutes. Marciano looks home, pitches off the left side of the rubber, fires. And that's lined into left center field. It's a base hit for Surowick. Over to get it quickly is Mason McCraine. He'll try for 2. Here comes the throw into second. Surowick is safe, diving head first. On an 0-2 pitch, he drove a fastball to left center. McCraine got it before it got to the wall, but Surowick on his horse, he was thinking 2 the whole way. And he legged it out, slid in safely. Surowick with his 10th double of the year. And it brings Carson Bowen to the plate. Bowen 1 for 4, drove in a run last night. Florida won it 6-3 last night. First pitch is right there for a strike. Off speed for strike 1. Pitch to Surowick was about thigh high and probably not as far out as Jake wanted it. Not center cut, but not outer either. 0-1, another off-speed pitch in for a strike, 0-2. So he started Surowick with back-to-back off-speed pitches to get ahead. Then Surowick doubled on a fastball. See if Bowen is looking. He's trying to play chess, thinking Jake's going to throw something different, the pitch. He did throw an off-speed pitch up and away, and it was too far up and away. And now it's a ball and 2 strikes. Jake's got to know Bowen's going to sit on the fastball. Runner at second, 2 down. Half of their runs were scored with 2 outs last night. Here's the 1-2. Nope, the spin and the throw to second. Rembert back at the bag to cover and take the throw. Florida looking for a 2-out RBI to break out on top. Change up and a breaking ball have gotten Marciano ahead of Bowen, the catcher. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He waved it 1, fading down toward the plate. Marciano, 2 strikeouts in the first inning. K-Counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number 1. A 2-out double does no harm. No runs, no errors, and 1 left for Florida. We're through an inning. No score in Gainesville. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Alabama Power is here for you when big storms hit, but we're also here for the little things. We're there to get the coffee started, to make sure everyone's ready for school, for midday dance breaks and evening entertainment. We're also there to help you save on all that energy with easy-to-use tips, tools, and efficiency programs. So enjoy these moments.
Kids, movie night.
And we'll do the rest. Visit alabamapower.com and follow us on social to learn more.
Children's of Alabama reminds you that every child's head injury should be treated like a serious injury until a doctor says it's not. The CDC estimates some 4 million sports and recreation-related concussions occur each year. Even a minor fall or collision may be a concern. Symptoms typically include headaches, unsteadiness, confusion, or sleepiness. To find out what to do in case of a suspected concussion, visit childrensal.org/concussion and always dial 911 in case of an emergency.
This broadcast of Auburn baseball is brought to you in part by Cook's Pest Control. The best defense for your home is Cook's Pest Control, the South's most trusted name in pest control since 1928, and the official pest control partner of the Auburn Tigers.
No scores. We go to the second inning here at Condren Family Ballpark in Gainesville. Hot Friday afternoon. Liam Peterson, 22 pitches in that first inning. He'll face Bingaman, Madrigal, and Terrell. Logan Gregorio exited the game with some discomfort in his left side after 2 pitches in his at-bat in the first. Lucas Steele came on. So we will hope for good news for Gregorio. And if we can pass anything along, we will. If not, we'll find out tomorrow. Here's Ethan Bingaman, the pitch. Fly ball left center field and deep on the way back. That is back. That is way back. It is gone. Ethan Bingaman launches his 4th home run of the season on the first pitch of the second inning. Beyond the left center field wall, and the Tigers strike first. It's 1-0. When he hit that, it looked like a line drive that might get to the wall. It got further than that. 4th home run, 20th RBI of the year, and a good start to the second. Here's Eddie Madrigal. First pitch to him, misses outside, and it was an off-speed pitch. 1-0 delivery. Popped up. Eddie tried to go back-to-back. Infield, right side, Curlin, second baseman under it, makes the catch. 1 away. Boy, that fastball Bingaman hit out of here was a center cut fastball. Madrigal then popped up a 96 mile an hour for the first out. And here's Bub Terrell. So 1 pitch into the second inning. Pitch to Terrell first. He swings. Grounds 1 to second. Curlin over. Gloves and throws for the out. 2 down. And Peterson not having to throw many pitches here this inning. See if McCraine goes up there. Brandon's generally pretty patient. Auburn thought they had some balls they could drive in the first inning. Got a couple of singles, but did not score. And then Bingaman started the second inning with a home run to left center. Here's the pitch, Brandon McCraine. He takes it for ball 1. See if Auburn gets back to that patient approach against Peterson. Righty-righty matchup. Pitch to McCraine. Breaking ball in for a strike. It's 1-1. That, by the way, ball 1 to McCraine was the first pitch ball Peterson has thrown. And this is the number 9 hitter in the order. Another breaking ball, another strike on the inside edge, 1-2. McCraine 1 for 4. 9th best on-base percentage among SEC players, 475. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball called strike 3. 3 straight breaking balls. McCraine kept looking for the fastball. He read it high, and it dropped in 3 straight times. So a rare strikeout looking for McCraine, and the inning is over. But bing, bang, boom. Ethan Bingaman's home run gives Auburn a 1-0 lead. We go to the bottom of the second when we come back. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
At Affordable Comfort Cooling Systems and Plumbing, we believe our work is more than just AC and plumbing repairs. It's about serving people with integrity and care. As a Christian-owned company, we take Colossians 3:23 to heart. Whatever you do, work at it all with your heart, as working for the Lord, not for men. That's why at ACCS and Plumbing, we do the job right the first time and always stand behind our work. As a proud Ream dealer, we're committed to offering top-quality products and faith-driven values. Give us a call today or visit accsauburn.com to learn more. That's accsauburn.com.
Alabama license number 12084.
Life moves fast. Shouldn't your checking account keep up? Meet Explore Checking from Max Credit Union. No monthly fees, no minimum balance requirement. Enjoy perks like access to your paycheck up to 2 days early, earning rewards that can be turned into cash each time you spend with your Max debit card. Plus, with 24/7 digital banking and an easy-to-use mobile app, managing your money is quick and effortless. Start exploring today at mymax.com/explore. Certain restrictions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Back in Gainesville, Auburn leads 1-0 on Ethan Bingaman's 4th home run of the season on the first pitch of the second inning. Jake Marciano struck out 2 Gators in the first. He'll get Sear, Kurland, and Stanford, 5, 6, and 7 hitters here in the bottom of the second. Arkansas defeated Georgia in the opener of their series in Fayetteville last night. So SEC standings entering play tonight. You got 6 teams with a different number of games than the other 10. First pitch of the inning, swung on and missed. Sear went after an off-speed pitch and was early, 0-1. Because Auburn, Florida, Arkansas, and Georgia played last night, and then Texas and Texas A&M, their finale last week was canceled. There's a ground ball off the facing of the Auburn dugout very quickly. It's 0-2. So Georgia is 11-5 in first place. Texas and Texas A&M are tied for second at 9-5. Florida's 10-6 in fourth. Pitch misses high to Sear. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fifth place, Arkansas 9-7. Then Ole Miss and Alabama are 8-7. Auburn is 8-8. Pitch, swing, and a miss, strike 3. Got him chasing an off-speed pitch off the plate. Sear flails at it. He is strikeout number 3 for Marciano in the first 5 batters of the game. And Cade Kurland comes to the plate. Mississippi State, Kentucky, Tennessee, Oklahoma, Vanderbilt, all 7-8 as action gets set to get underway tonight elsewhere in the league. LSU is 6-9, South Carolina is 5-10, Missouri is 3-12. Those are the SEC standings. Swing and a miss on another off-speed pitch by Kurland. Marciano using that changeup effectively to start these at-bats. He gets ahead of Kurland, who was 1 for 3 with a walk and run scored last night. Pitch. That one drops low. A ball and a strike. Kurland hitting .250 for the year. Other series that get started tonight. Mississippi State is at South Carolina. Texas A&M is at LSU. Missouri at Oklahoma. Texas hosts Alabama. Kentucky hosts Vanderbilt. Ole Miss plays at Tennessee. There's a little tapper. Left side. Marciano fields, spins, and throws. Throws a dart over to Madrigal for the out. A little 1-1 dribbler off the end of the bat. Marciano pounced off the mound, fielded, threw a strike. 2 away. 1-0 Auburn, bottom of the second. Listen to all things SEC, including live games in SEC this morning on Sirius XM SEC Radio, channel 374. It's also streaming on the Sirius XM app. Right-handed hitting Cole Stanford, the batter. Will he look off speed first? Marciano's had success starting at bats that way. First pitch, hit on the ground to second. Rembert there to scoop it up and throw, and that's an easy 1-2-3 inning for Marciano and the Tigers. Jake cruises through the second, and Auburn takes a 1-0 lead into the third when Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
You've created a comfortable home office. Now let Carrier provide the cash bonus. For a limited time, you can claim up to $1,550 in cool cash rebates on a qualified Carrier home comfort system. There's never been a better time to upgrade to year-round premium comfort and energy saving. Carrier, turn to the experts.
Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Win Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. We've got the highest payout and the most epic rewards. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Back to Gainesville for more Auburn baseball against Florida.
Auburn leads it 1-0. Tigers come to bat with the top of the order in the third. Liam Peterson one time through the order, has given up a run on 3 hits. The run was Ethan Bingaman's homer to start the second inning. That's the first home run Peterson has allowed this year. And in fact, it's his first home run allowed in over 51 innings. You got to go all the way back to May 15th of last year to find the last time he gave up a home run. Pitched against Ole Miss and East Carolina in the postseason last year and didn't give up an earned run. Those were an additional 5 1/3 innings. He's only given up 8 extra base hits this year, now 9, 7 doubles and 1 triple. He's been good at limiting damage. Here is Mason McCraine. First pitch to him is a curveball taken for ball 1, a little low. McCraine grounded to second in the first inning. Peterson, the short step, and now the pitch. Another curveball, that's in for a strike. The curveball has been the pitch on which he's gotten 4 strikes out of the last 5 pitches. Pitch number 33 from the junior right-hander is swung and foul tipped and out of the mitt, 1-2. That at 85. Has not thrown McCraine a fastball yet in this at-bat. The 1-2. There it is, and it's low. No, that wasn't the fastball. That was up there at 85 as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just underway, top of the third inning. The second inning of today's game was presented by Auburn Bank, champions of you. Now time called. Bowen, the catcher, has to readjust his headgear. Now he's in and ready. Those shadows creep across the third baseline. They'll make their way across the field as we play. 2-2 pitch to McCraine. Curveball, strike 3. So back-to-back hitters going back to last inning that have looked at that curveball. Auburn very clearly was seeing Peterson's pitches up in the zone through the first inning plus. And so when you see the curveball, it starts high and you think, I got to lay off. In the half a second you have to make a decision, you say, that's up. So you lay off and it drops in. Guevara takes a first pitch breaking ball just off the plate or just off the outside corner for ball 1. Guevara singled up the middle on a fastball in the first inning. Pitch. Curveball. That's a little up, 2-0. Bowen framed it but didn't get the call. Peterson delivers. Fastball, lined right center. They had him shaded that way. Jones is over and back a few steps, and he makes the catch. Jones was positioned about 10 feet over toward right center. That ball had some carry and had a little slice to it off the bat of Guevara, but Jones was already headed that direction, and he tracked it down for the out. So quickly 2 away. 5 in a row retired by Peterson after the Bingaman homer. And here's Chase Fralick. He singled his first time. A hard hit ball off Curlin's glove at second. First pitch. In for a strike. Fastball, strike 1, 96 miles an hour. Peterson with 2 strikeouts in 2 2/3 innings. There's a swing and a miss by Fralick. 0-2. Gives him 241 in his career. The step and the pitch. Hit him. Oh, man. Got him on the back of the right leg, I think, and Chase is down on all fours, trying to get back to his feet. He does so, but he is favoring the right leg, and Anthony Sanderson out very quickly to try to tend to the Auburn catcher. Chase on his feet, but doubled over. An 0-2 pitch. And it got him. Oh, no, it got him. on the upper right leg. I thought maybe at first it could have ricocheted off the elbow guard in front of his right hip. But if it didn't get that elbow guard, then it got him on the back of the right hip. And he's up trying to shake off that sting. We get a look at it. It did. It hit right off maybe it did hit right off that elbow guard. It looked like he was favoring his leg. It actually ricocheted. It got both. It got the bottom of the elbow guard and then off the hip. So on an 0-2 pitch, Freilich is hit. He's okay. He's going to stay in the ball game. Takes a beating behind the plate, and he took a beating there. Pitch, swing and a miss. Rembert has gone up there swinging. He's seen 3 pitches. He swung at all 3. That is the first batter Peterson has hit this year. So he's given up his first homer. He's hit his first batter. 0-1 to Rembert. Called strike 2. Tough start for Chris. Nothing in 2 with 2 outs and a runner at first. Pitch. Swing, line drive, left field, base hit. It falls. Freilich trots down to second. Stops there. And Rembert has his second hit of the weekend. A good 2-strike approach. So an 0-2 pitch that hit Freilich, followed by an 0-2 pitch that Rembert lined to left. Tigers trying to put together a 2-out rally. Here is Lucas Steele. He was at the plate, or he came in for Gregorio when he left the game with some discomfort in his left side. Inherited a 1-1 count, flied out to end the inning. He takes ball 1 outside. 1-0. Pitch to Steele. Flied, right field line. It is curving. It is falling. It is foul. Steele with a good swing on it. Check of the Yellowwood scoreboard. Auburn softball leads Florida 1-0 in the first inning. Tigers with a couple on base, threatening for more in that first. It's a series opener just across the way. Wind is blowing out toward right. The 1-1 pitch to Lucas Steele. Off speed, curveball rather, and that's in for strike 2. The curve, super effective for Peterson. Got to hang with it. Runners get their leads. Freilich from second, Rembert from first. The 1-2. Swing, ground ball out towards second base. Glove there by Kurland. He's got it. He throws over. And that's out number 3. So again, Auburn threatens another couple of base runners. They work a few more pitches out of Peterson. Tigers don't score. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 2 left on base. 1-0 Auburn, and we head to the bottom of the third when we come back. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Where were you when this happened?
2 outs, bottom line, Super Regional Championship game. Culture comes set. Here's the 3-2 pitch. He struck him out. He struck him out. The Tigers are going to Omaha, and the Tigers dog pile at Corvallis.
Don't miss the next heart-pounding moment. This is your home for Auburn baseball, the Auburn Sports Network.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric, and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Jake Marciano has 3 strikeouts through the first 2 innings. The Auburn lefty will get the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for Florida in the third. Yost, Myers, and Jones, with Auburn leading 1-0. The third inning's presented by the Vance Law Firm. At the Vance Law Firm, they say dial 3 for me, 334-333-3333. Tomorrow's game will be heard on ESPN 106.7 in the Auburn-Opelika area. That's the only actual radio station on which you can hear. You can also get it on the Auburn Game Day app, and we will have the YouTube feed, the In the Booth YouTube feed tomorrow. That is at 10:45 a.m. broadcast time and 11:02 the first pitch, 11:02 Central tomorrow. Chase Freilich is walking over toward the Auburn dugout. He went down to, he tried to get into his catching position, tried to squat behind the plate after being hit by a pitch. Was hit. It looked like it glanced off the elbow guard just barely and then got him in the hip. You can imagine then getting in a crouch behind home plate. So they wanted to see how he would do with Marciano warming up. He came out of his crouch and walked over to the Auburn dugout. So Freilich will come out. Freilich will be out of the ball game for the Tigers, and Taylor Belza, the freshman, is in. So Gregorio out, and now now Freilich out. So Taylor Belza gets his first action of the weekend. Freilich gave it a go. He is taking a beating behind the plate, that time from the first hit bat of the year from Peterson. Boy, that's tough. So here the inning gets underway. There's a swing and a ground ball foul by Yost, 0-1 to count. Yost with good power. 3 homers, 5 RBIs in limited duty for the Gators this year. He's batting .229. Got a hit in last night's game. Marciano's 0-1. Little tapper foul again, 0-2. And Jake, this first time through the order, has used the changeup. He's used the slider. He's gotten ahead with the off-speed stuff. That's after Serwick doubled on a fastball. That's the only hit of the game for the Gators. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. But it gets away from Belza, and down to first goes Yost. Gators have a leadoff base runner in the third inning. Now to bring Colt Myers to the plate. He came in defensively last night, didn't have an at-bat. He's batting .197 on the year. No homers, 3 RBIs. Myers, 15 of 76. This is his 21st start of the year. So a little more than half their games. Runner at first, nobody out. It's a strikeout for Marciano, but a base runner for Florida. And it gets away from Belza, and he can't find it, and Florida is taking advantage of Auburn's new catcher. And down to second goes Yost. He's in scoring position. Pitch a ball to Myers, 1-0. Now, Belza goes out to talk to Marciano. Everett Tieford joins the entire infield to come in and get together. Myers, the number 9 hitter, he has walked 5 times and struck out 31 times. You don't make it to this level if you can't play, but Myers has been a guy that will swing and miss. Give him something to swing at. Beating on the mound continues as Auburn tries to make sure they're in sync. Freilich out with an injury. Belza in. And what was a 3-pitch strikeout wild pitch, followed by a ball lost in the dirt on ball 1 to Myers, and Yost is at second with nobody out. And here comes the 1-0. Missed outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Myers is up there trying to bunt. Count 2-0 against him. Auburn leads 1-0. We're in the bottom of the third. Marciano looks to second. Here's the pitch. Bunted back to the pitcher. Get the job done. Rembert covers first, and the throw is low. Gets an error into foul territory, and Florida ties the game, and down to second goes Myers. Goodness gracious. Two-base error on the throw to first on a sacrifice bunt attempt. Marciano had time. He didn't slip. He just threw it low, and Rembert was covering the bag. As Madrigal came in to field it, Rembert fell in behind him and covered the bag and just couldn't field the low throw. 1-1, runner in scoring position, still nobody out, top of the order. Jones shows bunt and does. Foul. 0-1. I also wonder if the sun is wreaking any havoc over there at first base. Tough sun field this time of day, but it wasn't a good throw. Guevara comes in on the grass at third. Marciano steps on the rubber. Jones steps in. The 0-1 pitch. Bunted out in front of the plate. Belza jumps on it, throws to first. Just barely got him. Leadoff hitter is retired. Very speedy leadoff man Jones with a sacrifice. 2-3 on the sacrifice. First out of the inning, and over to third goes Myers. So the number 8 hitter reached on a strikeout wild pitch. Number 9 hitter got to second on a sacrifice bunt and a wild throw. Now he's over at third for Brendan Lawson. With 1 out and a runner at third, Lawson knows his job here. He's looking for a hit, but at the very least, even a fly ball would do it. Auburn goes into the shift against him. Shortstop vacated. Pitch to Lawson. Low, ball 1. 2 starters for Auburn out of the game with injuries. And we're in the bottom of the third. Gregorio and Fralick. And the 1-0 pitch. There's a strike at the knees. Threw him a fastball over. 1-1 the count. Lawson flied to center his first time. Went after the first pitch, got jammed. Flied it into center. Leading home run hitter for the Gators. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss and an off-speed delivery. 1-2. Now to ball and 2 strikes and 1 out. Anything that, if he tries to throw a slider, another breaking ball down, Bells has got to be ready to block it. Pitch. He does block it. Squirts away to his right. It was a ball low. And the count evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes. But you can't take those pitches off the table. Got to still make Florida's hitters go after them. Looking for the chase. And 1, bottom of the third. Stretched by Marciano, and the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him waving in an off-speed pitch way out in front. Big strikeout for Marciano. 5th of the game. K-Counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number one. And now Ethan Surwick, who doubled the left center his first time off a fastball. Steps in from the right side. Runner at third is Myers. He gets his lead there. The pitch. Surwick takes it outside, ball one. Leading RBI guy for the Gators at the plate right now. This is a big at bat in the third inning in a tie game. The 1-0 from Marciano. Fastball, strike one. Outside corner. I think that's where he wanted to put the fastball on which Surwick doubled back in the first inning. Right on that outside edge. From the stretch, the delivery. Swing and a miss, off speed, up and away. And now it's 1-2 to the Florida first baseman. After the way this inning started, would be a big win to keep them at 1. Here's the 1-2. Bouncing ball through the whole right side. 2-1 Florida. RBI single and a 1-2 pitch. Surwick has both of Florida's hits, and they both come with 2 strikes. That's the first hit of the inning. And the 8 and 9 hitters in the lineup score. They take advantage of Auburn errors, and they lead 2-1. And here's Carson Bowen. Bowen 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He was looking middle away there, to Surwick's credit. 39th RBI of the year, leads their club. He was looking middle away with 2 strikes. He got it, didn't try to do too much with it. There's a ground ball to short. McCraine scoops and throws on the run. That's low, but caught over there by Madrigal for the out. And the inning is over. But Florida takes the lead. They get 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 Auburn error, and they leave 1 stranded. Through 3, it's now 2-1. Florida. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Here's a tale of Becky. Didn't know what to do with new meds prescribed and no real cost clue.
She squinted at prices, that can't be right. Then tapped GoodRx and saw the light.
She can get a deal. Book telehealth if she feels.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
This is Coach Butch Thompson. Back to more baseball on the Auburn Sports Network.
Now, Auburn's going to play the rest of this game down 2 starters. Logan Gregorio and Chase Freilich have both exited the game with injuries. And for Auburn in the 4th, it'll be Bingaman, Madrigal, and Terrell. Tigers trail 2-1. Auburn comes to the plate trailing for the first time. Tigers struck first. Ethan Bingaman ambushed the first pitch of the second inning. Hit his 4th home run of the year. The first allowed by Liam Peterson. Gregorio left 2 pitches into his at bat. Discomfort in his left side. Freilich caught a fastball, we think now in the ribs. Just glanced off the elbow pad and in the ribs, and he went out the next inning to try to catch, and down in the squat behind the plate, just couldn't do it. So now here's Bingaman to start the 4th. 2-1 Florida, the pitch. Bingaman, breaking ball, unsurprisingly. He didn't get a fastball there, and he took it low for ball 1. Bingaman hit a couple of balls hard yesterday. 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball, that's driven down the left field line. Extra bases for Bingaman. Into the corner and left. Ethan on his horse for second. He pulls in with a stand-up double. Extra base hits in each of Bingaman's first 2 at-bats. That's his 4th double of the season, and a good start to the 4th inning, tying run on base. And in scoring position with nobody out. A 1-0 pitch. He got a curveball to start the at-bat, and then jumped on the 1-0. Here's Eddie Madrigal. Popped out to second his first time. Pitch. Swung at the curve, fouled it back. Looked like a slider from Peterson that Bingaman tattooed to left. 0-1 to Madrigal. Eddie 1 for 4 on the weekend. Doubled and walked yesterday. Left-handed hitting first baseman. The pitch to him. Popped up left side out of play. On top of the overhang. Got 2 levels of blue chairback seats here at Condren Ballpark. 0-2 to Madrigal. Love to get that runner at least over to third. Pitch to Eddie. Fastball line, left center field. Over is Sear. He'll make the catch. That one sliced back to him. Hit well, but Sear had him played well, and then it broke back toward him. So there's 1 away. And Bingaman at second with Bub Terrell coming to the plate. Bub hit one on the ground to second his first time. He's been good at times this year. When he's really locked in, he goes the other way with it. He's got a pretty big hole on the left side. See if he could try to do that here, the pitch. It's high for ball 1. Peterson not as regularly out in front early in the count. First 8 batters he faced, he got ahead 0-1. Peterson about to throw his 55th pitch. We're in the 4th inning. Terrell swings and misses at the curve, 1-1. Auburn baseball is brought to you in part by East Alabama Health. With their spacious cancer center, patients can make cancer a distant memory instead of a distant drive. 1-1 pitch to Bub. Curveball, strike 2. And that's why East Alabama Health is Auburn's home field advantage. 2-1 Florida, our score. 1 out, runner at second, 4th inning. Peterson works from the stretch, looks quickly to second, and spins and doesn't throw to second. No throw made, just called time. He can't do that again or it's a violation. Now the 1-2 to Bub Terrell. Fouled back. He was looking fastball, got one in on the hands at 97. It's tough to foul that ball away. Now does he go back to the fastball and try to beat him? Or does he go back to the curve? He's gotten several strikeouts looking on the curveball. The 1-2, the sophomore today center fielder, Bub Terrell. Curve, swung and missed, strike 3. 5th strikeout of the weekend for Terrell. 2 away in the 4th. 3rd strikeout for Peterson. And now with 2 down, it'll be up to Brandon McCraine. A leadoff double for Bingaman. He's still there with 2 outs. And McCraine trying to come through and tie the game with a 2-out base hit. McCraine struck out looking in the 2nd. First pitch to him. Check swing, slider down and away. It's ball 1. Peterson's been working from the stretch all inning after the Bingaman double. His 60th pitch of the game. This is low and away, 2-0. Peterson again ready. Righty-righty matchup. The delivery. Fastball, swung and missed. 97. McCraine got a 2-0 fastball, took his shot there, but he couldn't connect. 2-1 for the Auburn shortstop. The pitch. Outside with a fastball, and it's 3-1. Brandon trying to set the table for Mason, who's in the leadoff spot tonight. 7 innings last week for Peterson. That's a season high. The 3-1 to McCraine. Swung, popped up, left side. Right on top of the bag, Myers now backing up, and he dropped it. He dropped it. Oh, he just dropped it on the infield. There's not a lot of wind out there. He just misjudged it. It was a routine fly ball at third base, and Myers, who's starting at third today, didn't start yesterday, just didn't catch it. It fell beside him, and in to score is Bingaman to tie the game at 2. Wow. Throw to first, McCraine is back. Unbelievable. So McCraine at first and Mason McCraine at the plate. Pitch, swing and a miss. High fastball, 95. 0-1. McCraine is 0 for 2. He's grounded to second and struck out. Brandon with really good speed at first. The pitch. McCraine takes that fastball low. 1-1. So Bingaman has homered and doubled. He has scored both of Auburn's runs. The 1-1. Runner goes. Pitch is high. Throw to second is late. And McCraine swipes his 12th bag of the year. Prudent risk on the part of Brandon McCraine taking second. Pitch was a ball to Mason. And now a base hit gives Auburn the lead. If McCraine can find a spot. Got a big hole up the middle. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a fly ball to left. Back goes Sear. Warning track. Wall. Gone! 2-run blast. Mason McCraine, his second home run of the year, and Auburn leads 4-2. Opposite field blast by Mason McCraine. And the Tigers take advantage of the error in a big way. How about Mason McCraine? His first hit of the game today, a 2-run opposite field home run. And now here's Eric Guevara. Pitch. Called strike, 0-1. Peterson had not given up a home run this year, but the Tigers have hit 2 today. Pitch. Guevara takes a second strike. 96-mile-an-hour fastball on the outside corner. Guevara's 1 for 2, a single and a fly to center. 3 runs in the inning. Pitch from Peterson. Upstairs, 1-2. I'll tell you what, Auburn could have been demoralized after the way the bottom of the third went. But Bingaman led off the inning with a double. Pitch to Guevara. Big cut and a miss at that slow curve, and the inning is over. But instead, the Tigers kept punching, and they took advantage of an error on a infield pop-up that Myers just couldn't catch. The Tigers score 3 times on 2 hits. One very important error, and nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning with your new score, Auburn 4, Florida 2. And this is the Auburn Sports Network.
Enjoy baseball and softball season on the Plains with live sports radio presented by Alpha Insurance. Auburn Sports Network broadcasts are available with no delay at both Plainsman Park and Jane B. Moore Field. Every grand slam, stolen base, and strikeout, yours with no delay. Look for the live sports radio kiosks around the ballpark. Live sports radio lets you take the broadcast with you at every football game, plus home men's and women's basketball games, baseball, and softball. Live sports radio presented by Alpha Insurance.
Yellowwood knows that a five-star backyard is the place to make lasting memories, like roasting marshmallows on a cool fall night. That's it. Turn it nice and slow. Get it toasted all. Oh, no, it's on fire. Oh, you want it on fire. Okay, that's a choice, I guess. Crunchy. For five-star backyards and the most memorable experiences, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
Back and forth we go. Auburn grabbed a 1-0 lead. Florida got 2 in the third to lead 2-1. Auburn got 3 in the top of the fourth. And the Tigers lead the Gators in this top 10 battle 4-2. Sear leads it off. Sear, Kurland, and Stanford for Florida. Their second look at Jake Marciano. And the first pitch to Sear is high for ball one. Sear 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He's 1 for 4 on the weekend. He was really their hero last night, not just offensively. Versus the 1-0. That's right there for a strike, 1-1. But in last night's game, Bingaman hit a ball that would have driven in 2, would have gotten to the left center field wall, but he laid out and made the catch to end the first inning. Took away extra bases and 2 more runs. Here's the pitch. Off speed, fly to left. Back goes McCraine. Still going, still going. He leaps and he can't get it. Home run, Sear. Solo home run by Sear into the Auburn bullpen. His second in as many days, his 6th of the season, his 34th RBI. A solo shot. And it's a 1-run ball game. It's 4-3. Here we go. The wind, I meant to mention this last inning after McCrane's home run. The wind has shifted. It's blowing out to left. There's the pitch. Yeah, a little bit high to Kurland, 1-0. That one had just about as much altitude as it did distance. Here's a swing and a tap foul back to the backstop. 1-1 the count. So Sear with his second home run of the series. And Florida trying to punch back here in the bottom of the fourth. Marciano to the plate. Off speed, fouled away, 1-2. Florida takes big swings. About the only swing that hasn't been a big swing was Surwick's single to drive in a run last inning. Opposite field bouncer. They take big cuts otherwise. Here's the 1-2. Miss low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. You're just tuning in. Taylor Belza, the freshman, behind the plate. Freilich hit by a pitch, left the game before the bottom of the third. Was hit by a pitch in the top of the third pitch. Flied right field. Long run, Bingaman down the line in right. It drops against the base of the wall and kicks back. Kurland pulls into second with a stand-up double. A homer and a double to start the bottom of the fourth. Opposite field, double by Kurland. It's his 4th double of the year. How many of their hits have come with 2 strikes? They only have 4 hits. And 3 of them have come with 2 strikes. Tying run at second in the 4th inning for Cole Stanford. And now here comes Everett Tiefert. It's a hot day, and you got Jackson Sanders available. Thought you might see Jackson in last night's game, but with Florida getting out to the early lead and Auburn not doing a whole lot offensively against Aiden King through the 6th inning, they decided to hold Sanders. In a game where the Tigers are battling offensively, you've seen a couple of Florida's best bullpen arms already in the series talking some strategy, and Sanders is out there loosening. Jackson didn't pitch last weekend. He's fresh. And you might shorten the outing if necessary for Marciano. You consider the heat, the humidity, the 1 day less rest. They're out there to talk in that meeting. No change just yet, but just something to keep in mind as we go throughout this game, now entering the middle stages. Here is Cole Stanford. Let's see if he's going to try to bunt the runner over. He's not. And he takes the ball outside, 1-0. Stanford grounded out to second his first time. Play him to pull on the infield. Remember, it's shaded towards second. Guevara about 6-7 feet off the line at third. The pitch. Ground ball, foul, left side to the Auburn dugout. A homer by Sear that just barely got across or got over the left center field wall, and then a double by Curlin off the base of the wall in right. The pitch. Fastball, strike 2 to Stanford. It's 4-3 Auburn in the bottom of the 4th. From the stretch, Marciano deals, and it's hit, foul, past third. Took a funny second hop, but it was foul before that. Florida 1-4-3 with runners in scoring position. The delivery hits sharply to Guevara, who stuffs it at third and then gets up and throws out Stanford for the first out of the inning. And Curlin has to stay planted at second base. That ball scooted across out in a hurry to Guevara. He just went down to a knee and smothered it and then threw out the DH. So now runner at second and 1 out. Hayden Yost, the hitter. Yost led off last inning. Pitch. Missed down and in, 1-0. Taylor Belza, his second inning behind the plate. It's the first batter after he came into the game cold. A 3-pitch strikeout wild pitch put Yost at first. Came around to score later in the inning. Pitch. Missed down and away, 2-0. Number 8 hitter in the lineup for Florida, trying to cause problems. A base hit would tie the game. Curland at second. The 2-0 to Yost. Ground ball to first. It is a fair ball, scooped up by Madrigal across the line, and the runner is out. No argument from the Gators. Michael Snover, first base umpire, right there on top of it to make the call. When Madrigal fielded it, he was in foul territory, but the ball crossed the bag fair. It moves the runner over. Curland is at third, but now 2 are down. Myers, the number 9 hitter. Reached on an error his first time. Came around to score. Fouls one off to the net. 0-1. Myers attempted to bunt Yost over last inning. Marciano fielded and then threw low at first and past Rembert, who was covering the base. It was a 2-base error. 0-1 pitch. Ground ball foul left side. 0-2. See if Marciano can give Myers his 32nd strikeout of the year. Marciano has K'd 5 today. No walks, 5 strikeouts. Auburn leads 4-3. They're trying to keep that lead here. Get the last out of the 4th, leave the tying run stranded at third. Stretch in the pitch. Got him. Swing it. Fastball inner half at 91. Little extra juice from Jake. 6 strikeouts in the ball game for the Auburn starter through 4 innings, and that tying run is left stranded at third. 1 run on the solo homer by Blake Sear. 2 hits in the inning, no errors, and a runner left. Through 4, 4-3. Tigers in front. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became the best-selling trucks in America. 33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since. And that's a formula we plan on repeating. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. The best-selling trucks in America for 49 years and counting. Based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year industry reported total sales.
Let's be honest. Senior living shouldn't feel senior, and it's definitely not all about yelling, bingo! At Atlas Senior Living, we focus on great care, great people, and yes, great days. And no one telling you can't have dessert before dinner. Well, maybe once. And with locations throughout the Southeast, chances are there's an Atlas community closer than you think. Atlas Senior Living, exceptional care, even better living. Visit atlasseniorliving.com to find a community near you and schedule a tour today.
Through 4 innings, Auburn leads Florida 4-3. Tigers trying to even up the series here in Gainesville. Crowd is filed on in. Again, it's not a capacity crowd, but there's probably more now here than were here last night. 5:30 start time, a little strange. Thought maybe we had a doubleheader for TV, but that's not the case. But in any event, Auburn has started well. 4-3. Tigers took advantage of a big error last inning. It allowed Mason McCraine to get to the plate with a runner on base. He homered to give Auburn the lead, and now Taylor Belza will get his first at bat in the game. He replaced Fralick, who was hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning and then exited the game when he tried to come back in and catch to start the next inning. First pitch to Belza is a curveball from Peterson. Far and away his best pitch today has been the curveball. 0-1. Pitch to Belza. Swing and a miss. He was early. 0-2. Belza, 1 for 7. The 1 hit, a homer. He scored twice. He's walked twice. He's behind here, 0-2. And the pitch. Drops low. A ball and 2 strikes. Left-handed hitting freshman. Peterson pitches and misses low. Good eye to even up the count. And Peterson is approaching 80 pitches as he works here in the 5th. In 7 innings last week was his season high through 97 pitches at Georgia. 2-2 to Belza. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Went after the off-speed pitch and was early. So Belza's down on strikes. 1 away in the 5th. 5th inning presented by Southern Union. Move seamlessly to Auburn. Complete a bachelor's degree in selected programs by taking courses at Southern Union and Auburn concurrently at Southern Union's tuition rates. Let Southern Union put you on a path to the Plains. 2 weeks ago against Ole Miss, 3 2/3 innings for Peterson. Pitch. Bounced up there. A ball and nothing to Rembert. Chris is 1 for 2. A single and a pop-up to short. He's pulled it both times. His single in the 3rd was to left. The delivery. Fastball downstairs. 2-0. A little patient at the plate here to start this at bat. We'll see what Rembert gets. 2-0. It's the chess match. He's thinking fastball. Peterson probably knows that. Here's the delivery. Swing, ground ball, left side, backhand stop. No, Lawson, it's off his glove and into left field. He got a fastball, Rembert did. He was looking for the fastball. He got it, pulled it on the ground left side. Lawson had a long way to go. I'm not sure he throws him out if he fields it cleanly, but it was off the end of the glove and into left. Rembert is aboard for the 2nd time. And a leadoff, or rather a 1-out base runner for the Tigers. Rembert gets his 2nd single of the day. And now Lucas Steele. 0 for 2. Flied to right, grounded to 2nd. If he pulls one here, it could be a hit as they hold Rembert at first. First pitch, off speed, in for strike one. Looking at Peterson's SEC outings, 6 innings against South Carolina, 5 at Alabama, 4 at Arkansas, 3 2/3 against Ole Miss, and 7 last week at Georgia. Steele swings, pulls it. First baseman knocks it down. Fair ball. Only one play. It's recovered by Surowick. He'll take it to the bag himself. It was off of his glove just in front of the base at first in fair territory. It kicked over to the first base coach's box. Surowick, though, had time to go get it and win the race to the bag to get Steele. It's the second out. Rembert is in scoring position with 2 down for Ethan Bingaman. And Kevin O'Sullivan moseys out onto the field. He has just reached the mound. And they'll talk about what to do with Ethan Bingaman. First base is open. Bingaman is homered and doubled. Peterson has had nothing for the Auburn freshman today. Do you walk him to get to Madrigal, even though he's a lefty? Madrigal's flied out a couple times. Mound visit is over. Veteran Florida coach making his way back hastily to the dugout. Bingaman's homer in the second, is double in the fourth. He has scored twice. First pitch, low with a fastball, 1-0. And if they give him anything to hit here, I'll be a little bit surprised, quite frankly. 82 pitches for Peterson. Rembert dances away from second. Pitch, swing, pulled, foul, past third. They gave him something to hit. 86 on a slider, and he turned just a little bit early. That's a pitch he doubled down the left field line on a couple innings ago. A ball and a strike, the count. Peterson set, deals. Missed up and away, 2-1. Bingaman, Auburn's top RBI guy in league games. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a tapper, left side, foul. Evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. They've definitely been middle away. 14 RBIs in conference games. Leads the way for the Tigers. See what he does here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Peterson looks home. Looks to second. Fires. Swing. Foul back. Breaking ball away. Bingaman reached out. Fouled it back into the right. Stayed alive. Seven times this year, Peterson has gone 90-plus pitches. He's about to throw his 87th. We are in the 5th inning. Auburn leads 4-3. The 2-2. Low, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Tried to get him to chase downstairs, and he wouldn't do it. 4-3 Tigers. Auburn is out hit Florida 7-4, and each team has an error. Auburn trying to even the series after Florida took game 1 last night 6-3. Bingaman readies. The payoff pitch. Here it is. Check swing, down and away. He didn't go. It's ball 4. And Bingaman walks. And it wouldn't surprise me if the conversation between Kevin O'Sullivan and Peterson went something to the effect of nothing middle in. If you walk him down and away, we'll live with it. And they'll take their chances with Madrigal. But they didn't throw a pitch middle in to Bingaman. The closest they came was the slider that probably got more of the plate than they wanted, and he almost doubled down the line again. Here's Madrigal. He's put it in the air twice. He's popped up to second, and then lined one out to left his last time. First pitch down and in, ball 1. Four 4-3 Auburn, top of the 5th. Rembert at second. Bingaman at first. Peterson deals and misses outside, 2-0. Got to think that the light is on. He'll be running out of gas soon. He's not on fumes, but it's coming soon. The pitch. High, ball 3. And you know it's going to be hot. This is unseasonably hot. Even Gainesville residents on our way to the ballpark today were telling us, like, it's not supposed to be this hot here in April. Here's the 3-0. High, ball 4. He walked Madrigal on 4 pitches. After walking Bingaman, he walked Madrigal. And now the bases are loaded, and oh, what a time for Bub Terrell. He is due. Terrell is due. Will Peterson face him? Looking down into the Florida dugout. Head coach doesn't look like he's making his way to that top step, so there is action. I can't tell who it is. It's been or is getting loose for Florida, but Bub Terrell stands in. Terrell with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Auburn needs his bat here. And Auburn will pinch hit for Bub Terrell in this scenario. Caden Combs comes off the bench to pinch hit for Terrell here in the 5th. Combs, a right-handed hitter against the righty Peterson. Combs is 1 for 11 with a walk and 2 RBIs on the season. So a prudent risk on the part of the Tigers. And the first pitch is over for a strike, 0-1. Combs, big freshman out of Gardendale. 6'4", 260. Right-handed hitter, the pitch. Strike 2. What a spot for the freshman here, just to try to create something offensively for the Tigers with the bases loaded. The 0-2 delivery from Peterson. Outside, a ball and 2 strikes. Had Combs on his tiptoes. Rembert at third, Bingaman at second, Madrigal at first. This is the definition of trying something. The pitch. Swing, ground ball, shortstop, smothers it, goes to second for the force, and Florida gets out of it. Combs put it in play, made the Florida defense make a play, and that is what they did. They get the force of Madrigal. I'll tell you what a call. Butch Thompson talked about taking prudent risks in the pregame show, just trying to do something to create some life, some adversity for the opponent. Sure, Florida was a little surprised that Auburn didn't look lefty-righty. They went righty-righty on the matchup there. They gave the freshman a shot, and it just didn't work that time. Auburn is turned away. No runs on a hit. No errors, 3 left. Halfway home, Auburn leads Florida 4-3 here in the second game of the series. We'll update the Auburn alignment when we come back. That's when Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
From the producers of The Crown.
You are invited to attend an interview.
When we'll get an ID when we come back. You
dresser.
should have reminded me when we're in the window so I don't miss it.
Duchess of York.
Comes a new BritBox original drama inspired by a true story.
As time passes, speculation is growing that Jane Andrews have killed the man she loved.
Starring Natalie Dormer and Mia McKenna Bruce.
I don't want an ordinary life. However did it come to this?
The Lady. Streaming March 18th only on BritBox. Watch with a free trial at BritBox.com.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Back to the ballpark for more Auburn baseball.
Now we're back for the bottom of the fifth inning here. The new center fielder for the Tigers is Cade Ballou. Terrell was pinch hit for in the top of the fifth. So as they go out there in the bottom of the fifth, it's McCraine in left, Ballou in center, and Bingaman in right. Infield stays Guevara, McCraine, Rembert, Madrigal, and it's Belza behind the plate. That's three starters now for one reason or another. Two because of injury, one because of a pinch hit opportunity, that are out, and that's already with Bristol Carter out of the lineup as he battles an illness for a second straight day. All right, that's a lot happening in the first half of a ball game. A lot happening. Auburn leads 4-3. Top of the order due up for the Gators. Jake Marciano back out there for Auburn. Jones has struck out and put down a sacrifice bunt. The first pitch right on the outside corner for strike one. It's not Marciano, it's Jackson Sanders. So Marciano out after 4 innings and Jackson Sanders in. Ground ball, backhand pick at third by Guevara. Long throw, they get the leadoff man. Star defensive play by Eric Guevara to start Jackson Sanders' outing here this afternoon. That's our defensive play of the game, presented by Cook's Pest Control. Best defense for your home is Cook's Pest Control, South's most trusted name in pest control since 1928. The official pest control provider of the Auburn Tigers. Phenomenal play by EG. Sanders, sophomore from Valley High School. Out of Opelika, pitch misses low to Lawson. 1 ball, no strikes. Lawson 0 for 2. Marciano struck him out, coaxed a fly out to center. Marciano, 4 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, only 1 earned. No walks and 6 punch-outs. Pitch to Lawson, swung on and missed. A ball and a strike. 1 wild pitch for Marciano, a throwing error. He threw 59 pitches, 44 for strikes. Almost 75%. Here's the 1-1 to Lawson. They appeal. He went, says Christopher Griffin at third. Lawson could not hold up the swing. A ball and 2 strikes. So now Lawson steps back in there. Sanders, fresh, did not pitch last weekend against Kentucky. He deals. Check swing. He went. Back-to-back check swing attempts. Lawson can't believe it. He's down on strikes for the second time today. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. Now 2 down. Here is Surowick. Surowick's been a pain in the neck for Auburn today. He has doubled, he's singled, he's driven in a run. He takes a ball outside, 1-0. Sanders, 6'3", 212, sophomore lefty, 2-1, a 307 earned run average. This is his 9th appearance, his 2nd in relief. Lined in the delivery. Swing and a miss. 1-1 slider. Sanders, 33 hits and 41 2/3 innings, 18 runs, 14 earned, 9 walks and 60 strikeouts this year. Team's hitting about 215 against him. Pitch dropped low to Surowick. It's 2-1. So Sanders comes in the bottom of the 5th. with Auburn leading 4-3. He winds and delivers. And missed the outside edge. It's 3-1 to a good hitter. Sanders pitched against Arkansas back in the finale of that series, the delivery. Missed outside, ball 4. Tried to get Serwick to chase, and he wouldn't do it. Their first baseman's been on 3 times. Sanders was absolutely fantastic against Arkansas. 4 innings, 1 hit, 8 strikeouts. He earned the power save, the 4-inning save in that ball game as Auburn took the rubber game of the Arkansas series a couple of weeks ago. Now here is Carson Bowen with 2 outs and a runner at first. Bowen is struck out and grounded to short. Right side of the infield is open. They play him to pull the pitch. There's strike 1. Started him with a slider in, or on the inside corner, that is. 0-1 the count. Auburn baseball is brought to you in part by Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, and more ways to win. 0-1. Low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment. Don't forget A-Day tomorrow, Jordan-Hare Stadium, 2 p.m. A lot of fun to be had. You see Alex Golish's first Auburn team inside the stadium. Pitch, swing, and a miss. Beautiful breaking ball, and Bowen was over the top of it. A ball and 2 strikes. We've got Auburn Sports Network coverage at 2 tomorrow. Wind is swirling, blowing out toward left center. Sanders ahead of Bowen, a ball and 2 strikes. With 2 outs, here's the pitch. Got him swinging. In the dirt, Bells will have to throw him out, and they do. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Sanders. And a 2-out walk does no harm. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left for Florida. Gators have stranded 4 through 5. Auburn leads it 4-3. We head to the 6th, and a new Florida pitcher enters the game. We'll give you the details when we come back. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Download the Auburn Athletics app, powered by War Eagle Mobile. Buy tickets, be a part of game day giveaways, shop the latest Auburn gear, and manage your War Eagle Plus subscription. And listen to every broadcast from the Auburn Sports Network, even when multiple games are happening simultaneously on the official mobile app of Auburn Athletics. Download it now.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Tiger pride. When I'm carrying the Auburn University Regents Visa debit card or prepaid Regents Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Auburn gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra War Eagle from the cashier too. Visit Regions.com/Go Tigers to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC, member FDIC.
Auburn leads 4-3, and we move to the 6th inning. And Auburn says hello to Luke McNeely, another right-hander, 6'3", 200, junior out of Milton High School in Milton, Georgia. McNeely is 3-0, 13 appearances, 10 in relief. He has a save and 3 wins, a 3.24 earned run average. He's been good for them out of the pen. 25 innings, 26 hits, 11 runs, 9 earned, 13 walks, 35 strikeouts. He's hit 3, thrown 2 wild pitches, given up 8 doubles, 2 homers. Teams are hitting .260 against Luke McNeely. And in SEC play, he's 1-0 with a save in 6 outings. He's appeared pretty much every weekend for them. A 4.63 ERA, 11 2/3 innings, 11 hits, 6 runs, 6 walks, 17 strikeouts. About a strikeout and a half per inning. He's given up 5 doubles, 2 homers. Team's hitting .239 against McNeely in league play. But he's given up about a hit an inning. He's on here, and he'll get McCraine, and Guevara. Brandon McCraine gets it started for Auburn in the 6th. First pitch. Fastball, strike. 96. on the gun from McNeely. McCraine reached on an error, stole a base, scored in the fourth. The pitch. Downstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. McCraine had that 2-out infield pop-up that Myers missed. Just dropped right beside him at third base. McCraine shows bunt. Gets it down, left side. Catcher pounces. Bowen throws, and they got him by a half step. Nice play by Bowen. Just didn't get it enough up the line at third for Brandon to beat out the throw. Bowen was able to get there, spin around, and then make an accurate throw. A little low, but enough to get McCraine. So good idea. Again, another chance the Tigers take to start the sixth. Back to the top of the order, Mason McCraine. Pitch. Inside, slider down and in. 1 ball, no strikes. McCraine, a 2-run home run opposite field in the fourth. Gave Auburn a 4-2 lead. Tigers lead now 4-3 in the sixth. Here's the 1-0. It's a strike, 1-1. McCraine checked his swing. It was a strike anyway. 4-7-1 for Auburn, 3-4-1 for Florida. McNeely deals. Got a slider, missed the back door with it though, 2-1. Close, but no cigar. McCraine is 1 for 3 today. His home run is second of the year. RBIs 25 and 26 back in the fourth. The pitch. Swing and a fly ball to center. That's well hit. Jones on the run, still going. He looks up. It's gone. McCraine's done it again. A 2-homer day for Mason McCraine. He launched that one over the center field wall. And Auburn leads 5-3. A 2-1 pitch. And I mean, he jolted that one over the wall in center. And now here's Guevara. 5-3 Tigers in the sixth. First pitch, low, ball 1 to Guevara. Eric 1 for 3. Pitch, down and away, 2-0. Fastball that was outer half and just under the belt. That's what McCraine sent out of here. 2-0 to Guevara. Took a big cut. Had a fastball. Fouled it in and out of Bowen's mitt. 2-1. Now, sometimes you take risks and move some things around and they don't work. Other times you take some risks and you move some things around and they do. Mason McCraine in the leadoff spot today. 2 homers, 3 RBIs. Pitch to Guevara, fastball strike. At the knees and over. 2-2 the count to the Auburn third baseman. He's made 2 more excellent plays defensively today. 2-2 pitch. Upstairs, 3-2. Heavy fastball from McNeely. They replaced Peterson, who throws 97, with McNeely, who also throws 97. Guevara, check swing. He went. Slider off the plate, and Guevara couldn't hold up. I think that's the right call. So Guevara down on strikes, 2 outs in the sixth. First strikeout for McNeely. Peterson went 5 innings, gave up 7 hits, 4 runs, only 1 of them earned. 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. Gave up a double, 2 homers. 96 pitches, 60 strikes for the junior right-hander, and now McNeely, another righty, is on. And here's Taylor Belza, first pitch. Right through there for a strike, 0-1. Belza's second at bat. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He replaced Fralick, who was hit by a pitch in the ribs in the third inning. Swing and a miss by Belza, 0-2. A lot of on-the-job learning here for the true freshman. Defensively and at the plate against these tough arms. Wind in the 0-2 by McNeely. This low, a ball and 2 strikes. Belza's got power. They love his upside. He's in a tight spot here. Here is the 1-2 pitch. And he watches it drop low, 2-2. But he's got enough wherewithal. He's not going up there flailing. Now, last time 2-2, they threw an off-speed pitch and got him to swing early. Here's the 2-2 from McNeely. Swing and a miss, so the slider down and in. And the inning is over, but Auburn gets a solo home run from Mason McCraine, his second long ball of the day. That's the only hit in the inning. No errors, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the sixth. It's now 5-3 Auburn, and Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric, and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Yellowwood knows that a 5-star backyard is the place to make lasting memories. Like cookouts. Cornhole with friends. Ooh, a neighborhood potluck with your wife's pasta salad. The one with the feta. Oh, sorry. Or taking a nap on your deck in a hammock. Naps are memories. I love naps. For 5-star backyards and the most memorable experiences, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
This broadcast of Auburn baseball is brought to you in part by Cook's Pest Control. The best defense for your home is Cook's Pest Control, the South's most trusted name in pest control since 1928, and the official pest control partner of the Auburn Tigers.
Auburn leads Florida 5-3. Jackson Sanders out there for the sixth. It's his second inning of relief work, a 2-out walk, and nothing else in the fifth. Couple of strikeouts for Sanders. Marciano before him in his 4 innings struck out 6. So 8 strikeouts for Auburn pitching through the first 5 innings. And for the Gators, it's Sear, Kurland, and Stanford. Sear homered in the 4th. He's 1 for 2. Feast or famine, Sear is homered and struck out today. See if Sanders can put another 0 on the board. Pitch. There's a strike. He starts Sear with the slider on the inside corner. 0-1. Got some other games now across the league. We'll update scores for you throughout this inning. Pitch to Sear. A little low, a ball and a strike. They are underway in Baton Rouge. Texas A&M and LSU are scoreless in the second. Wind in the 1-1. Didn't get the call. 2-1, a little low. Mississippi State leads South Carolina 1-0 in Columbia. They're in the bottom of the second there. Vanderbilt with a 2-0 lead at Kentucky in the 4th. Pitch called strike outside corner. 2-2 to Sear. But right back after that outside edge and got it. Ole Miss 3, Tennessee 1, top of the 3rd in Knoxville. Those are the other games underway now on the Yellowwood scoreboard. 2-2 pitch. Grounded foul to the Auburn dugout. And we'll do it again. Bottom of the 6th inning. Nobody on, nobody out. Shadows across the 3 of the 4 infielders. Rembert's still dealing with some sun at second. And all the outfielders dealing with sun. Wind by Sanders in the delivery. Called strike through. No, he foul tipped it into the mid. It was a strike anyway, but on the check swing, Sear foul tipped it into Belza's mitt. 3rd strikeout for Sanders and 9th for Auburn pitching today. K-Counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you are always number 1. Now Kurland, the hitter. He doubled to the base of the wall in right his last time out. He's got the same walk-up music Bristol Carter uses. First pitch to him, just below the knees, over but low for ball 1. In tomorrow's game on ESPN 106.7, 10:45 a.m. It's on the Auburn app and the YouTube channel as well. Pitch misses outside. It's 2-0 to Kurland. A-Day coverage across the network tomorrow. So if you're hearing this on a radio station outside the Auburn market, You'll get A-Day here tomorrow starting at 2. 2-0 pitch. Called strike on the outside corner. 2-1. Sanders has hit that spot twice in this inning. Hey, Wharf Casual Seafood is proud to sponsor Auburn baseball. Sanders deals. Strike 2, outside edge. 2-2 the count. Fresh seafood sourced from American waters at Wharf Casual Seafood. They also have burgers and salads, and chicken, a whole lot more. Wharf Casual Seafood, 6 locations across central Alabama. 2-2 pitch to the Gators' second baseman. Check swing on a slider. Diving down, he did not go. They appeal to first. Michael Snover says he didn't. And the count goes full to Curland. Veteran second baseman. Mentioned this yesterday. He's the only Florida player that started a game in Auburn series here 3 years ago that's still with him. Here's the payoff pitch. High fly ball left side. He was very early and way underneath it. Well foul. And the count stays full. Boy, speaking of A-Day, how about the news earlier today about the approval of the North End Zone project? Incredible. AuburnTigers.com/EverAuburn to get all the details on it. Payoff pitch. Miss low, ball 4. So a 1-out walk to Curland. It's the second walk issued by Sanders, and it brings Cole Stanford to the plate. You're at a pivotal point in college athletics where, you know, your revenue growth directly impacts your success on the field. And I think my favorite thing about this project, and you're not going to do it justice talking about it throughout the course of a baseball game. First pitch is a called strike on the outside corner to Stanford, 0-1 the count to the Florida DH. But you know, for your upper deck ticket holders, you connect that to the North End Zone space. You have additional restrooms, additional concession opportunities and lines. Pitch, swing and a miss, 0-2. So that experience becomes more efficient. You've got a high demand for premium seating, and Auburn, relative to other schools in the SEC, has a lower percentage of premium seating to total. Now you've expanded those opportunities. So where there is demand for general seating and premium, you're going to meet both. The pitch. Check swing, 1 in the dirt. He went around. Yeah, he went around. That's strike 3. Ball is got away from Belza, and he didn't go get on it quick enough, and down to second goes Curland. It's a strikeout for Sanders. It's the second out of the inning. And down to second goes Curland. So strikeout, walk, strikeout, runner to second. And Hayden Yost comes to the plate. He has struck out, reached on a wild pitch, grounded out to first, and scored a run. 5-3 Auburn, bottom of the 6th. The delivery to him, strike 1. Sanders getting strike 1 through these first 2 innings of work. Lefty here in the 6th inning. Sanders set, doesn't even look to second, fires home, misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike. (5-3) Auburn, bottom of the 6th. Pitch to Yost. Popped off the hands and back out of play. That jammed him. A ball and 2 strikes. Sanders out in front. Auburn would love for Jackson to get to the 9th. If you get 4 from Marciano and then 4 from Sanders and have the lead, and then you get Hetzler in the 9th. Be a good setup. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Yost. That's low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yost laying off that slider down in the dirt so far. His average after an 0-for-2 start, it's down to 216, but he's got good power, good pop. Delivery from Sanders. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, inning over. Sanders strikes out the side, gives up a 1-out walk, but leaves Kurland at second. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left for Florida. We're through 6 in Gainesville. 5-3 Tigers. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Alabama Power is here for you when big storms hit, but we're also here for the little things. We're there to get the coffee started, to make sure everyone's ready for school, for midday dance breaks and evening entertainment. We're also there to help you save on all that energy with easy-to-use tips, tools, and efficiency programs. So enjoy these moments.
Kids, movie night.
And we'll do the rest. Visit alabamapower.com and follow us on social to learn more.
In the SEC, it just means more. But what is it exactly? It's the fans, the students, the traditions, the legends. It's passion to celebrate deeper, reach farther, think smarter, make an impact off the field. It's that intangible thing that happens when 16 schools raise the bar as one. Because in the SEC, it just means more.
Auburn leads Florida 5-3. Tigers come to bat in the 7th inning against McNeely. It'll be Rembert, Steele, and Bingaman. Boy, the lineup looks so different. Already without Bristol Carter today for a second straight game. And then they lost Gregorio in the first. Discomfort in his side, 2 pitches into the at-bat. They lost Chase Fralick in the third after he was hit in the ribs by a pitch. And then Terrell was pinch hit for in the 5th. So it's a different looking lineup now as we go to the 7th. Chris Rembert gets it started. He flies the first pitch into shallow right down the line. Yost comes on. He's under it. Makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out in the 7th. Rembert had base hits in each of his last 2 at-bats, and so he tried to jump on the first pitch from McNeely. They pitched him away. They've pitched him away pretty much all afternoon and evening. He flied it to right. 1 pitch, 1 out. Steele is 0 for 3. A couple of ground outs and a fly out, all to the right side. Batting lefty still against the right-handed pitcher. First pitch to him misses away. 1 ball, no strikes. Top of the 7th, McNeely winds, plants, fires, misses down and in, 2-0. 2 walks, 11 strikeouts for Auburn pitching today. Auburn hitters have walked twice and struck out 7 times. Delivery, Steele takes it high, ball 3. Coming into the game, in all games, not just conference games, but Auburn has drawn the 5th fewest walks of SEC team. 3-0 pitch. But there's one to start with 1 out in the 7th. A 4-pitch walk to Steele as McNeely missed outside. So Steele is aboard with 1 out in the 7th. And Ethan Bingaman comes to the plate. The freshman's been on base 3 times. A homer in the 2nd, a double in the 4th, a walk in the 5th. Conecuh Sausage is the official sausage and hot dog of the Auburn Tigers. Neely's pitch to Bingaman. Off speed, that's hit in the air towards center, right at Jones. Was tailing away at the last minute, so he had to skirt to his left. He did. He made the catch. 2 down. So the 2 outs have come on 2 pitches, and they've come sandwiched around a 4-pitch walk. So a little up, a little down this inning for the Auburn batters. Certainly trust Rembert and Bingaman swinging the stick. And here's Eddie Madrigal. He drew a 4-pitch walk in the 5th. He's 0 for 2, couple of fly outs and a walk. First pitch, swung at the breaking ball. That one got a piece of Clint Lawson on the foul ball on the ricochet. 0-1 the count. Conecuh Sausage is a game day favorite, always great on the grill. Pick up a pack at your local grocery store or visit the Conecuh gift shop in Evergreen, Alabama off I-65 at exit 96. The pitch. Line, right field, base hit. Madrigal has his first hit of the game. A 2-out single to right. Second hit in the series. Steele down to second. And Cade Ballou gets his first at bat. Terrell was pinch hit for in the fifth by Caden Combs. Ballou then entered the game defensively to take the spot in center field. And now Ballou bats for the first time this weekend. The junior from Auburn is hitting right at 200 for the year, 12 for 60. He has 3 doubles, 6 RBIs. And in SEC play, Ballou is 4 for 16, a 250 average. He's driven in a couple of runs. This is his 10th league game in which he's played, game 17 of the conference slate for Auburn. Deep breath for the left-handed hitting center fielder. Ballou windmills about once. Now he's ready. First pitch. Swing and a miss at a slider diving down and in. 0-1. You got Steele at second. Madrigal at first. They play him deep in left. Pitch to Ballou. Tried to come back to the back foot slider, and this time Ballou held up. 1-1 the count. Tigers on top 5-3, top of the 7th. McNeely delivers. And they give him the inside corner. On an off-speed pitch, it's 1-2. Now, do they show him a fastball, or do they try to get the swing and the miss again on the back foot slider? All 3 pitches have been middle in so far to Ballou. From the stretch, the pitch. Swing and a foul off. They did. They tried to come back to the back foot slider. It hung up there a little bit. And Ballou fouled it away. Plenty of power. Wind swirls again, blowing out toward right center. McNeely trying to get out of a little bit of trouble in the 7th. His 1-2 offering. Swing and a miss by Ballou, and the inning is over. So Auburn gets a walk and a hit, but no runs. No errors and 2 stranded. 7th inning stretch time here in Gainesville. Auburn leads Florida 5-3, and Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Tiger pride. When I'm carrying the Auburn University Regents Visa debit card or prepaid Regents Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Auburn gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra War Eagle from the cashier, too. Visit Regions.com/Go Tigers to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC, member FDIC.
Strike out ants, termites, and other pests with a call to Cook's Pest Control. Cook's proven pest control methods and superior termite control system keep your home safe and are backed by a 110% satisfaction guarantee. As the weather gets warmer, your spring cleaning isn't done until you call the official pest control partner of the Auburn Tigers, Cook's Pest Control.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
This game recap is presented by Regions Bank. Regions is a proud partner of Auburn University and the official bank of the SEC.
Well, Auburn's lineup right now looks a lot different than it did at the beginning of the ball game. 4 starters for the last couple of weeks, anyway, of league play, not in there. Bristol Carter not available as he battles an illness. And then Logan Gregorio and Chase Freilich had to come out of the game because of injuries. And then Bub Terrell was pinch hit for. And so a very different looking lineup. And yet Auburn has managed to get to the bottom of the 7th and maintain a 5-3 lead. Mason McCraine, a big part of the story, big part of your Regions Bank game recap. Mason McCraine moved into the leadoff spot tonight, has homered twice and driven in 3 runs. Ethan Bingaman has homered and doubled and scored twice. A couple of true freshmen helping to write the story so far today. Jackson Sanders goes to work and misses down and away to the number 9 hitter, Colt Myers. 1 ball, no strikes. Myers has reached on an error and scored, and he has struck out. Myers, the starting third baseman. Sanders winds, plants, pitches, misses outside, 2-0. Got to throw strikes to Myers. He will swing and miss as he showed in his last at bat. 5-3. Auburn in front. Sanders rocks and fires, and that is flied into left center. Ballou is over, and he tracks it down. Wind pushed it a little bit further, a few feet away from the warning track, but Cade got an excellent jump on the ball. Plenty of time to slow up as he got there and make the catch. So Myers took a big cut on a 2-0 pitch, flied out. Back to the top of the order in Kyle Jones. Jones is 0 for 2, a sacrifice bunt, a ground out, and a strikeout. Auburn scored first, Bingaman's homer in the second. Florida got 2 in the third. Pitch to Jones, outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Auburn got 3 in the top of the fourth. Gators got a solo homer from Sear in the bottom of the fourth. Auburn then got another solo homer from Mason McCraine in the sixth. Sanders misses low, 2 balls, no strikes. Nobody on, 1 out. Bottom of the seventh. Pitch home. There's a strike at the knees, 2-1. Florida fans don't like the low strike call tonight. They benefited from it a little bit last night. They didn't like that one from Clint Lawson. Count goes 2-1 to Jones. 1 for 7 on the weekend. 2-1 misses. It's 3-1. Hitters count. Sanders has walked 1 in each of his first 2 innings, and he's gone 3-1 to Jones with Brendan Lawson waiting on deck. The pitch, low, ball 4. 1 out walk at Sanders' third, and now you bring the tying run to the plate in the form of their leading home run hitter, Brendan Lawson, who is 0 for 3 tonight and 1 for 6 on the weekend. He has flied out on the first pitch he saw from Marciano, and then he struck out twice, once against Jake, once against Sanders. Tough guy to double up, too, on a ground ball. Auburn in the shift against him immediately. First pitch to him, over for strike 1. First pitch sweeping slider, 0-1 to Lawson. Tigers have stayed ahead of him in counts today as well. Rembert in shallow right field, and the ball is hit his way. Diving stop by Chris. Throw to first is not in time. Lawson beat it out, and Auburn wants to review it. Eric Guevara at third with his hands up calling for the review. They had him played well. That's why you play in the shift, and Auburn's going to review it. You know, in basketball, they give them tablets, and they're able to see before they decide whether or not to challenge or appeal a call. They don't have that in baseball. They're just going off what the players tell them, their conviction. And so we've got our first replay review of the ball game. Pitch was on the inner half. Rembert dove to his right, threw from his knees. And let's see on the replay. Madrigal, did he stay on the bag? Yep. I don't know if you see much to overturn it. Quite frankly, I think this one's going to stand. And Florida very likely is going to have runners at first and second with 1 out. Big stretch. Yeah, I think so. I think he beat it out. Well, you got to take a risk there, calculated risk. Get another view. Yeah, I think it like broke the plane of the glove, but I don't think it was in the glove. when Lawson got the foot down on the green base. It is a long review. I just don't know that they see anything conclusively one way or another. Call on the field was safe. And if it stands, Florida will have two fast runners at first and second with their leading RBI guy coming to the plate who hasn't been out today. That is the call. It is a long, not an infield single because it was in the shift and he was in short right field when he got it. It's a single for Lawson. So here's Surowick. And this becomes maybe the most important at bat of the ballgame. If Auburn wins this game, if they get Surowick and they go on to win, you could come back to this one. Leader in RBIs at the plate. He swings and grounds the first pitch foul. 0-1. Surowick doubled in the first. RBI single in the third. Walk in the fifth. Auburn hasn't gotten him out tonight. He has 4 hits in the series. And the tying runs are on base in the bottom of the 7th with 1 out. Pitch. Surowick swings and misses. It's 0-2. He does not strike out much. I was looking at the wrong number. He has struck out 47 times. Sanders set. He fires. Line drive, left field. Over is McCraine. He makes a running catch. Oh, that was hit well by Surowick. McCraine using every bit of that 6'6" frame to gallop over and make the grab. 2 down. Runners stay put. And now here's Carson Bowen, the cleanup man. The catcher is 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts, and a ground out. 5-3 Auburn. Put a 0 up here, and you take some wind out of their sails. They are trying to grab the momentum. Pitch to Bowen. Oh, gets through the legs of Belza and all the way to the backstop, and the runners advance. Pitch was low. It's ball 1. There you have the new catcher there. Just went right through the legs slowly, and a ton of space in foul ground. Runners move up easily. Now a base hit ties the ball game. Doesn't have to be an extra base hit. These guys are going to be moving on contact, and they both can fly. Jones at third, Lawson at second. And another wild pitch or pass ball makes it a 1-run game. Sanders 1-0 delivery to Bowen. Blocked by Belza. Just smothered it. It was in the dirt again, 2-0. Sanders' strength is that he can keep the ball down. And he gets a lot of swings and misses from balls that are down. Florida's trying to see it down and lay off and hope that he makes a mistake. Now Belza calls time and goes out to talk to his pitcher. Sanders out there. Sanders talking to Belza, the sophomore to the freshman. And it's just the two of them out there on the mound. How about men's basketball today adding some size? Buke Oboye, 7'1" center, transfer from Santa Clara. Signed with Stephen Pearl, the Tigers today. They continue to add size, length to their roster, rim protection, rebounding for next year's team. Good pickup. Meeting on the mound over, 2-0 to Bowen. Here's the pitch. Called strike, 2-1. Congratulations to Auburn women's tennis as well. They beat Florida today out in Norman at the SEC championships. That was a quarterfinal round. Florida won the doubles point, and Auburn came back, won the singles point. Move on to the semis. 2-1 pitch to Bowen. Ground ball, foul past third. Sanders has battled back to even up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 5-3 Auburn. We are in the bottom of the 7th. Tying runs are in scoring position for the Gators. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Sanders in his 3rd inning of relief trying to finish it strong. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, too short. McCraine gloves, throws, out, inning over. Sanders gets in a little bit of hot water, but works out of it. No runs, a walk, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left. Gators have had base runners in every inning but the second. And yet, we're through 7. Auburn leads 5-3. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Looking for a street legal golf car? Diamond Golf Cars has the largest selection in the state, and the Auburn store is right off Opelika Road, closer than you think. With locations in Auburn, Birmingham, and Huntsville, they've been raising the bar since 2012 in golf car sales and service. Need a tune-up? Diamond Golf Cars is full service for all your golf car needs, and they offer pickup and delivery, carrying brands such as EasyGo, Club Car, Yamaha, and much more. Visit diamondgolfcars.com today and drive different. Drive Diamond.
The Goose Performing Arts Center at Auburn University is Alabama's premier destination for the arts, bringing you the very best of Broadway, dance, music, and more. Learn more about upcoming performances and see the calendar of events online at gougecenter.auburn.edu. That's GOGUE center.auburn.edu. Or call the box office 334-844-TIXS.
5-3 Auburn as we go to the 8th inning. For Auburn tonight, 5 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. Tigers have stranded 9. Florida with 3 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. Gators have stranded 7. Teams have made mistakes. The others taken advantage of it. It has been a crazy game. A lot going on here near the swamp. And Auburn will have McCraine, and Guevara due up in the 8th. Brandon McCraine reached on an error and scored in the 4th. He's also struck out and been out on a bunt attempt. Right-handed hitting redshirt freshman, number 9 hitter, swings and misses the first pitch, 0-1. McNeely giving Florida good work out of the bullpen. He's given up a run on 2 hits in 2 innings. The right-hander steps and fires, and the pitch is swung on and missed. Looks like maybe a cutter or a splitter. Crane's gone after it twice, 0-2. The delivery. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Boy, you don't see McCraine go down swinging on 3 pitches very often. McNeely has struck out back-to-back batters going back to the last inning. And now here's Mason McCraine, who hit a towering homer to center his last time up. The time before that, he hit a 2-run opposite field homer. So McCraine is 2 for 4. He's 3 for 7 in the series. And the pitch to him right there for strike 1. They made a mistake last time. They left it belt high, middle away. The 6'6" true freshman reached out, hammered it. Pitch. Slider in for strike 2. Nothing but strikes this inning for McNeely. You'd feel a lot better if you could get 1 or 2 more on the board, as well as Auburn has pitched. Lined in the delivery. Miss low, 1-2. Tigers on top, 5-3, trying to even the series, trying to get back above 500 in the league. Pitch to McCraine. Checked his swing. He did not go. Pitch was low. They appealed to third. Christopher Griffin put his arms out to the side. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bowen thought he win. He thought he had strike 3. Pitch was in the dirt. He applied the tag just in case. Instead, now it's 2-2. McCraine swings, fouls it away off the facing of the Auburn dugout. Ricochets back out to third. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ole Miss leads Tennessee 4-1 in the bottom of the 4th. Pitch to McCraine, chopped right side, gloved on 2 bounces by Curlin. He throws out McCraine for the second out. 2 up, 2 down in the 8th. Auburn has not been retired in order today. Guevara try to keep that streak intact. On the Yellowwood scoreboard, Texas A&M leads LSU 1-0 in the fourth inning, and Mississippi State leads South Carolina 4-0. Road teams having success early tonight. Pitch to Guevara, strike. 0-1. McNeely in a bit of a groove here this inning. Looks very comfortable. Right-hander off the short wind, sends it home and misses a little high with the slider, a ball and a strike. Guevara 1 for 4. He has struck out his last 2 at-bats. Singled back in the first. The delivery. Swing and a miss. Pulled off of that one, 1-2. Both of his base hits in the weekend have come in the first innings. Belza would be next, but it's 1-2 to Guevara. And McNeely quickly to the plate. Oh, they gave him strike 3. Oh, that's the first kind of questionable call from Clint Lawson tonight. Looked maybe up and out, but they gave McNeely the call. He was in a groove in the 8th. He retired the side in order. Nothing doing for the Tigers in the 8th. Auburn takes a 5-3 lead to the bottom of the 8th. When Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Alabama Power is here for you when big storms hit, but we're also here for the little things. We're there to get the coffee started, to make sure everyone's ready for school, for midday dance breaks and evening entertainment. We're also there to help you save on all that energy with easy-to-use tips, tools, and efficiency programs. So enjoy these moments.
Kid, movie night.
We'll do the rest. Visit alabamapower.com and follow us on social to learn more.
Looking for legendary wings, mouth-watering burgers, and unbeatable pizza for your next big event? Baumhauer's Catering is here to satisfy your craving. From tailgates, birthdays, to office lunches and weddings, boost your event with delicious flavors of Baumhauer's Catering. We offer pickup or delivery, or choose our full-service catering that includes setup and staff. Don't have space for your big event? We can even host you in our dedicated party space. Baumhauer's Victory Grill Catering. Legendary flavors, zero hassle. War Eagle.
You've created a comfortable home office. Now let Carrier provide the cash bonus. For a limited time, you can claim up to $1,550 in cool cash rebates on a qualified Carrier home comfort system. There's never been a better time to upgrade to year-round premium comfort and energy savings. Carrier, turn to the experts.
This broadcast of Auburn baseball is brought to you in part by Cook's Pest Control. The best defense for your home is Cook's Pest Control, the South's most trusted name in pest control since 1928, and the official pest control partner of the Auburn Tigers.
Blake Sear leads off the bottom of the 8th inning. First pitch to him on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Jackson Sanders looking for a 4th solid inning of relief for the Tigers. He misses low to Sear, a ball and a strike. Sear homered in the 4th, his 2nd home run of the series. That was sandwiched between a couple of strikeouts. Right-handed hitter. Pitch missed low, 2-1. Hey, whether you're planting a tree or tackling a backyard project, don't risk a penalty. Contact Alabama 811 before you dig. Get your underground utilities marked for free. 2-1. High chopper, left side foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the Gator left fielder. Visit al811.com or call 811. It's free, it's simple, and it's, oh, by the way, it's the law. Series finale tomorrow, 11 a.m. Central. The 2-2 delivery. Ground ball to short on 2 hops. It's gloved by McCraine. He pats twice, throws, very close play, and Sear is out. Sometimes Brandon takes his time at short. 2 slide steps when 3 won't do, and 1 would be better, but he made the play. 1 away in the 8th. And now Cade Curlin to the plate. Curlin's had a pretty good night. He's walked and doubled. He's also grounded back to the pitcher. Right-handed hitter stands in there, takes a ball, low and away. 1-0. 60 pitches for Sanders in this relief stint. Another good outing. for the sophomore southpaw who plants and fires. Little excuse me swing back to the pitcher. Tough play. Sanders fires, throws a bullet to first for the out. 2 down. Check swing and excuse me swing by Curlin, and that ball bounced and just died right between the mound and the plate. Sanders able to go get it, and then he threw his best fastball over to first. 2 up, 2 down, and Cole Stanford, the hitter, the designated hitter, is 0 for 3. He's 2 ground outs and a strikeout. He's 0 for 7 in the series with 3 punch outs. Waves the bat, bright white batting gloves. First pitch hit him on the back foot. Tough break. First pitch hit him right, looked like on top of the back foot. So 2 out base runner for the Gators and Yost to the plate. You're guaranteed, unless you somehow pick off Stanford, you're going to have to face Lawson again in the 9th. And a pinch hitter for the Gators here. It's number 30. That's Ashton Wilson. Wilson is playing for the 7th time this year. He's 2 for 9 with 5 strikeouts. But he's a right-handed hitter. Good, strong-looking player. 6 feet, 195, a senior, a veteran. First pitch to him, low, ball 1. Sanders gave up a 2-out walk in the 5th, a 1-out walk in the 6th, a 1-out walk followed by a single in the 7th, and now hits a batter with 2 outs in the 8th. Here's the delivery. A little low, 2-0. He is all around the strike zone, too, even when he's not getting the call. Yost struck out a couple times, grounded out. So they went with a right-handed hitting pinch hitter instead of the lefty. 2-0. There's a strike on the outside edge. It's 2-1. Belza might have helped him, but again, Sanders lives on that outside corner to right-handed hitters. 5-3, bottom of the 8th. Tigers lead. Sanders looks quickly at first and fires home and gets a swing and a miss. And a breaking ball down. 2-2 to Wilson. Wilson 2 for 6 in SEC games. 2-2 pitch. Low and blocked by Belze. Stopped it, rolled up the first base line. Runner stayed put. Now the count's full to Wilson. Myers, the third baseman, would be next. There are 2 outs in the inning. Sanders shakes off one sign from Belza, shakes off a second. Now he nods yes. Off the left side of the rubber. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, left side, long run. Guevara, diving stop to his feet, throw to first, in time, out number 3. What a play, Eric Guevara. Long way to go to his left. Diving stop, and he jumped up quick as a cat and fired a strike over to first for the 3rd out. What a play. Inning over. Gators turned away again in the 8th. No runs, hits, errors, and 1 stranded. We go to the 9th, still 5-3 Auburn, and this is the Auburn Sports Network.
Here's a clip from a recent Talking Tigers podcast with Andy Burcham.
Auburn University Board of Trustee member Bob Dumas.
My senior year, where we won it, was at Burning Tree in Decatur. Had some great teammates and great players, and it just all came together that week. We had been close. We had had a good year. We'd won several tournaments and felt like we had the capacity and the courage to do it, and we did. I think more as was a very joyous time, of course, being the first. But I think later on, as you grow older, you begin to appreciate and value that much more.
New episodes of the Talking Tigers podcast are released Mondays, wherever you listen to podcasts. Subscribe to the Talking Tigers podcast exclusively from the Auburn Sports Network.
Moving on to the ninth inning. Auburn leads 5-3. Before the inning, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. Brad Law in Gainesville, Condren Family Ballpark. Quinn Brackeen doing an excellent job tonight in our Skyview studios, as always. Belza, Rembert, Steele for the Tigers in the ninth. First pitch to Belza is a strike, 0-1. McNeely has gone 3 innings in relief after Peterson. Pitch to Belza, check swing. He went, says Christopher Griffin at third. On a back foot slider, quickly Belza behind 0-2. 4 in a row retired by McNeely. The delivery. Hit. Bounced up there. Thought maybe that got a piece of Taylor, but it didn't. A ball and 2 strikes. Looking for another time that, they retired 5 in a row between the second and the third. So this is the first time since that time that 4 in a row have been set down. 1-2 pitch, low and away, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Belza's at-bats have followed a similar formula. Strike 1, strike 2, ball 1, ball 2. First 2 at-bats, they've come to get strike 3 after. Here's the 2-2. Called third strike on the inside corner. 5 in a row retired by McNeely. 1 away in the top of the ninth, and Chris Rembert to the plate. Rembert is 2 for 4. Pair of singles, pair of flyouts. Rembert with 3 hits in the series. He's 3 for 9. Line in the pitch. Swing and a miss. That slider with late breakaway. It starts middle of the plate and then sweeps away from him, and he has not been able to catch it all night. And McNeely works in a hurry. Pitch. Flied, right side, in on the hands. Back goes the right fielder, has to back up to the warning track. And he makes the catch. That was Wilson, who stayed in the game. And Auburn going quickly here in the 8th and so far in the 9th. 6 in a row retired. Does Sanders finish the game for Auburn? Or do we see Hetzler in the 9th? He was loosening during the 8th. Here's Steele, first pitch. Line drive, center field. On comes Jones. He's got it. That's a quick inning. All right. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Auburn goes in order in the top. Tigers lead 5-3. Auburn needs 3 outs to even up the series. Can we get them? Find out when Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric, and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong. You are fearless. You are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter. Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
This is Coach Butch Thompson. Back to more baseball on the Auburn Sports Network.
Bottom of the 9th inning. Last chance for Florida. Auburn needs 3 outs, leading 5-3. Florida has scored 12 runs in the 9th innings of games this year. And they are 1-9 when trailing after 8. Gators will have the 9-1 and 2 hitters, and it'll start with a pinch hitter. Sam Miller pinch hits. Miller, 227 average, a homer, 9 RBIs. He's a right-handed bat against Sanders. First pitch, outside corner, strike one. Pinch hitters, changes to the lineups. Here's a swing and a miss for strike two. And yet on the mound, it's been Marciano to Sanders. Jackson trying to close it with 5 strong, the pitch. Just missed outside, tried to get him to chase. Miller in SEC play, 2 for 17. Couple of singles. Wind in the delivery. Little dribbler foul to the left. And Miller's hanging in there. Miller, 6 feet, 210, out of Mount Murray, Pennsylvania. Transfer from Columbia. He's a senior. Wind blowing out to right. Sanders plants, fires. Got him swinging. 1 away in the ninth. 91 on the fastball from Sanders on his 73rd pitch of the outing. And now here's the leadoff man, Kyle Jones. You will have to deal with these two again. Jones and Lawson. The delivery. Just outside, ball one. This is Jones' third look at Sanders. He was in there in the 5th to lead off the inning. He has grounded out and walked against Jackson, and now there's ball 2 outside. If you could get to the end of this game without using Hetzler, that'd be fantastic. Then you got him full board tomorrow. Wind in the 2-0 pitch. There's a strike right through there, 2-1. Jones likely taking until he saw a strike. Jones with a strikeout, a sacrifice bunt, a ground out, and a walk. Legit speed at the top of the lineup for Florida. The 2-1 pitch to him. Bounced up there and all the way to the backstop, and now a hitter's count, 3-1. He walked in the 7th and was left stranded at 3rd. Gators left the tying runs in scoring position in the 7th. 3-1 pitch from Sanders. Low, ball 4. The tying run comes to the plate in the form of their home run leader. With 1 out. Lawson singled his last time up. Before that, a fly out and 2 strikeouts. 1 for 4 in the game. "78 pitches for Sanders. That is the 4th walk he's given up. Here's the pitch. Lawson takes a strike, 0-1. Sanders has given up just 1 hit in 4 1/3 innings. That hit was Lawson's single. Auburn has played him in the shift all weekend. They're there now. Rembert in shallow right field. Bingaman in deep right. Pitch. Miss low. Ball and a strike. And Surowick, their RBI leader, is on deck. Lefty, Sanders ready. He fires and missed the inside corner. 2-1 to Lawson. 2 of his 11 homers have been against SEC pitching. The 2-1 pitch. Low, 3-1. And as valiant as Sanders has been, you might be getting to the end of the line here if you get the tying runs on base. Everett Teaford near that dugout entrance just gave him a fist pump here, trying to encourage Sanders. 3-1 to Lawson. Here's the delivery. Strike 2. Landed it right on that inside corner. Well, big pitch here. Crowd holds their breath. Payoff pitch to Lawson. On the way. Low, ball 4. Sanders has walked Jones and Lawson. And now the tying runs are on base for Ethan Surowick. Surowick has doubled, singled, walked, and flied to left. When he has hit it, he's hit it well. And Auburn will go to its closer. Everett Tiefert is out of the dugout. We'll make sure. No signal's been given yet. Third-year pitching coach walks out there. Entire infield gathered on the mound. Coach Tiefert puts his hand on Sanders' shoulder. And there it is. The signal has been given. Auburn will go to its closer. Last night, Florida called on its closer to seal a 3-run win. Tonight, Auburn goes to its closer to try to even the series and preserve a 5-3 game. Ryan Hetzler needs to get 2 outs to preserve a win. Auburn leads 5-3, but the tying runs are on base for Florida in the bottom of the 9th inning and 1 out. We break away on this Alabama Power call to the bullpen.
You've created a comfortable home office. Now let Carrier provide the cash bonus. For a limited time, you can claim up to $1,550 in cool cash rebates on a qualified Carrier home comfort system. There's never been a better time to upgrade to year-round premium comfort and energy savings. Carrier, turn to the experts.
Ryan Hetzler is on to try to close it out. The Auburn closer, 5'11", 176, junior right-hander. Second year of the program after starting at Cal Baptist. He's originally from Corona, California. Hetzler is 3-1 in 10 appearances, 1 save, a 2.40 earned run average, 15 innings, 16 hits, 6 runs, 3 walks, 15 strikeouts. He's given up 4 doubles, couple of homers. Team's hitting .276 against Ryan Hetzler. In SEC play, 4 outings, a 1.08 ERA. He's 1-1. 8 1/3 innings in the league, 10 hits, but just 1 run. 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. 3 doubles allowed. Team's batting .313 against Ryan Hetzler. He pitched once against Kentucky and only needed 5 pitches in the game against the Wildcats. That was the opener of that series at Auburn won 12-5. 1 inning, 5 pitches. Pitched against Jacksonville State, gave up a couple of unearned runs on 2 hits in 2 innings. Did not pitch against Arkansas. So Hetzler trying to deal with Surowick, Florida's RBI leader. Runner at second is Jones. At first is Lawson. 5-3 Auburn, bottom of the 9th, 1 out. How about a 1-pitch double play ball? Hetzler deals, and the pitch misses outside, ball 1. Florida has stranded 8 base runners tonight. They've been retired in order just once. That was in the second. Hetzler to the plate. Ground ball back up the middle. Rembert squeezes it now. Can't get it cleanly. Goes to first, not in time. And the runner is safe. It was hit hard up the middle. Rembert got the glove down and trapped the ball, but then couldn't pick it up cleanly to make a play. And the bases are loaded with 1 out for Carson Bowen, the catcher. Hetzler got the ground ball. He got the ground ball up the middle, and Rembert was shaded that way. Now a base hit ties it. An extra base hit can win it for Florida. Bowen is 0 for 4. He struck out twice and grounded out twice. Pitch to him. Swing, ground ball to third. Guevara goes to second for 1. On to first, double play. Tigers win. First pitch swinging. Bowen grounded it to Guevara. He started the 5-4-3 double play, and just like that, Auburn snatches the win away from the home team. 5-3 the final score. Auburn evens the series. Deep breath, stay tuned. The Regions Bank postgame show is coming up. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Looking for legendary wings, mouth-watering burgers, and unbeatable pizza for your